Okay. I tell you, you guys, you miss a lot when you don't follow some of the really big stories out there. This John Edwards trial, and it not in a way of bragging, but over the years, and I started a long time ago bringing on kind of kooky people. And you're always amazed at who will come on, and we have a guy named Art Sears who he doesn't like to go on the radio, but he's a funny guy. And then Andrea Bushy is actually his niece, and she handles the booking of the guest and calling up and giving them all the the bullshit, how many purported millions we have or whatever. We could say 50 million. Who knows? There's no. It's either 50 or 50 million. It's somewhere in between those two numbers. Well, do you remember, he has a name like a movie star. He was John Edwards' aide. And I saw in the paper and on all the reports that he and his wife, he pretended that he had impregnated this Riley Hunter or Ryle Hunter, whatever she calls herself. That's not her real name. And she was this videographer that was following John Edwards around as he was trying to get the Democratic nomination for president. And a lot of people thought he might do it. Hold on. My studio we have torrential rains, and I'm literally standing on a sloppy floor. If we go off the air because of some nonsense, electrical nonsense, I will do the rest of the show on the phone.
Nice.
I hope it does. I'll tell you what, there's no air in here now. The air conditioner's done.
Oh.
I know. We are not used to rain here in California. I mean, you got to get that song, It Never Rains in Southern California, which I hated when I heard it. But it has been raining torrentially here basically for the last month and a half or whatever. And so you never have to check a roof. And the building that I rent as an office probably was built in the 70s. And so it is leaking like crazy. Do you remember the time it leaked all over the main equipment, Garrett?
Yeah, like last year, I think.
Yeah, all over the main equipment. And I mean, sparks flew. It was ridiculous, right? So we had to replace a bunch of the equipment. Well, they came in and they did whatever little nonsense they did. But they're going to have to come in and rip this whole roof and replace this 40-year-old roof or whatever it is. At my house, the garage is leaking. And my wife announces we're going to change the roof on a garage where the cat's piss box is, right? And my son's, guns. And are you nuts? We're going to get black tarp, okay? And we're going to put bricks on the edges of the tarp. $2-3 grand for to fix a roof, or $50 for some plastic. Right? Now, in my office, I'm demanding a complete new roof. Demanding it. The guy said to me, well, we put a tarp up there. No, you're not putting any fucking tarp up there. Tarp flapping around. I said, I'm broadcasting. I might be able to hear that flapping tarp. Tarp flapping. Anyway, so, where was it? Oh, so John Edwards is on trial for taking millions of dollars from two people, not as a campaign contribution, but as personal loans, or not even loans, just money so that he could put this woman who, as I've told you before, they hold men in them and they make the sperm go inside of them. And they wrap their legs around them. They hold the man inside of them. And the man, especially a powerful man, or a man that they're trying to catch or make sure that, that they never forget them, he's trying to pull his buttocks out and pull his penis out of the, get his shaft, out of the triangle of moisture.
Ew.
And what, moisture you don't like?
Well, it's just
moisture.
The triangle of moisture?
The triangle of moisture, yes. It's moist. It's like a triangle of hand sanitizer. What do you want me to call it? Triangle of honey. The honey triangle.
Okay.
Right? So she has a kid with this guy, and she's videoing him and everything else. We had this, the aide came on our show. He might have written, I don't know, he might not have even had the book out yet, but what's amazing is all the people that, the so-called nuts that we had on, and they have books and movies are made about them, and the Groupon guy, I really can't believe. I basically told him he was an idiot. He's a billionaire now. I should have bought all the Groupon to get my hands on. Right? In this trial of John Edwards, you're only allowed to give $2,300 per person. That is it. Like if you wanted to support your favorite candidate, you could only give $2,300 to your candidate. What I don't understand is, and I saw a movie the other night about the oil spill, that BP had given our Democratic Senator, Mary Landrieu in Louisiana, $700,000, and they'd given the Republican, this guy Vitter, who is on every hooker's, his name is in every hooker's black book in Washington. I'm not joking. He was fucking these hookers and impeaching, Clinton and all that, and he gets reelected by a landslide because he's a Jesus squad guy, right? And he got some immense amount of money. I don't know how they do it exactly. I don't know how it's done. But you're only supposed to give $2,300. Now, how do I know this? I was indicted for giving too much money to a candidate right after that law was passed, when I worked for a guy that wanted to give more money to somebody he was supporting. I literally indicted, FBI, it was really a mess, a huge mess. And I was the only one out of 14 that was completely exonerated. Why? My check bounced. I gave a bad check to the campaign. So, John Edwards, this guy goes on the stand yesterday. What is his name? It's like Michael Jackson. It's Andrew Young is his name, right? The former mayor of Atlanta, and he was a black leader. I think he passed away. Actually, a pretty interesting leader for African Americans. This white guy, Andrew Young, and they moved to Santa Barbara, to Montecito, which is the next town over. We all knew that they were here. She plops out this kid, and then she starts having meetings with John Edwards. On the stand yesterday or the day before, he says in court, and this is a federal offense if he's convicted, that John Edwards called this woman on numerous occasions a crazy slut, and they printed it. They can't print it enough in the regular newspapers. Crazy slut this, crazy slut that. They would bring her name up. There's a problem. He goes, I'm sick of this crazy slut. He continued to fuck her for 3 more years. He would call her crazy slut in meetings. And so finally, the guy, Andrew Young, the assistant, who, were you producing the show back then, Garrett, when he came on, or was it Lou? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's maybe it had to be 7-8 years ago, something like that. Well, he sounded odd anyway, the Andrew Young guy. I don't even know what I mean by odd. But he was married, no kids. He and the wife went along with it. I guess they worship John Edwards or some bullshit. So now the woman is reading, and maybe she's even in court, is hearing that the guy is calling her crazy slut. Now, she just sued him recently because she wants, she can't live on $21,000 a month, Christina.
Oh, really? She can't?
Yeah, you got to look up Riley Hunter and I think she's suing John Edwards for $45,000 a month. She wants that much money. And now the little girl, hell, I think she's 6 years old. But this crazy slut, I love it. Now, what the woman ought to do if she's smart, she ought to write a book, call it Crazy Slut.
Yeah.
We'd have her on in a minute. She'd sell a ton of them. Tell every story about him and the wife that was dying of cancer. Now, here's the sad part of that. She was the long-suffering wife of John Edwards. He's one of these guys that even though he's around 60 years old, he looks 40 years old. And he's really, kind of this classically Southern, handsome kind of guy. Well, the wife plumped up, and she was, close to 62, and she looked like his mother. So he's been dragging his daughter, his 20-something or maybe even 30-year-old daughter, to the trial, and she looks older than he does. The daughter, she's plumped up like the mother. As the woman is dying, or when she's sick, Christina, she would wake him up in the middle of the night, get her face in front of his face, and scream at him.
Ooh.
Now, I'm sure he was sad when she died, but he had to enjoy the silence. I mean, my wife has horrible nightmares, screams and yells and curses like you cannot believe. This has been going on for the 20-something years of our marriage. I've heard my name only one time. Told me to shut the fuck up in her dream. She's usually yelling at women, her mother, her sister, somebody. Horrifying. If she were to wake me up and yell in my face, I don't know what I would do. I would have to I'd have to have her eliminated, Because when I'm sleeping, I'm out. That's it for me.
Like a pistol in your face.
Yes. But she screamed at him.
Good with the band.
She screamed at him, and on her deathbed.
Do you blame her?
No. On her deathbed, said horrible shit to him as she was.
Good. Probably
I know.
Felt so good. It's probably the best she's ever felt.
But I think Crazy Slut ought to be the videographer's book. That's all they're saying now is Crazy Slut. Now, here's the funny part. She had a private meeting with him at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel in Hollywood. And she was in a suite, and she called the National, not the National Enquirer, who would it be? I don't know what are they even around anymore?
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah,
she called the National Enquirer and sold them the fact that he was going to be sneaking around to see her, and she got like $50,000, and they caught him going up the back stairs. Oh my God!
Good.
And everybody said she was a crazy slut when he hired her, and I think he paid her $100,000 to take pictures of him. Skip of Texas.
I think he's the crazy slut.
Has a woman ever held you in, Skip? You're pounding away, you're raw dogging her, and oh, I'm sorry, that's the name of one of our channels.
I don't think they'd find that offensive. You can
all
go
right,
ahead and say that.
raw dogging her, and the woman holds you in and makes you spray your fertilizer upon her eggs.
It's a secret weapon.
It happens all the time, Jay.
It does happen all the time. And as they're holding you in, you're coming. You're not fighting with full force.
No, I'm not really thinking at that point, Jay.
Nobody is. A man would probably rather risk the pregnancy than stop a good orgasm, Garrett.
Definitely.
I think stopping a good orgasm for a man is bad. Then you don't know where the semen goes either till you pee, and then that big glob comes out, right? And it opens up your pee hole bigger than it ought to be. I'm sorry, it's getting too graphic now. Go ahead, Skip of Texas. Go ahead.
Well, Jay, as a former videographer for John Edwards, I'd like to offer you a television show. I know you
weren't a videographer. I can hear the fucking truck going.
No. Seriously, Jay. Seriously. Hear me out.
What?
It's a great opportunity. Are you ready? It involves everybody you work with.
Let's go around the horn for 1 second. All right, put him on hold for 1 second. Let's go around the horn. There's this guy, how do you think this is going to turn out, Christina?
Terrible. Embarrassing.
Garrett, how do you think this is going to turn out?
Well, as a former videographer for Edwards, I would assume he has some good inside information.
You really
You're
think
so gullible.
Mm-hmm. Gary, the intern, how do you think this is going to turn out?
I don't think it's going to turn out well.
I don't either. I'm almost thinking, Garrett, we ought to even actually do a get rid of him. Not even listen to him.
Wow.
Yeah. Get rid of him, Garrett. I don't even want to deal with it. Get rid of him. Yeah. In a few minutes, we're going to have poor Charlie Lynch on. That's the only thing I can say about this guy. There's a documentary coming out, and maybe there's a book also, a bunch of stuff called Lynching Charlie Lynch. Where I live, and in all of California, you can get a marijuana pharmacy card. At one point, in Los Angeles alone, there were more pharmacies, more marijuana pharmacies than there were fast food restaurants. There was like thousands of them.
Were there more than pharmacies?
There were.
Why
There were
do
more
we
than
live
pharmacies.
here? Why do we?
Well, and then they decided, well, you know what? Some of these people are a criminal element that own these pharmacies. And you would go to the pharmacy, and it would be, shady characters that had gotten the whatever. Now, the United States government, the feds, say that the possession of, the growing of, and the distributing and selling of marijuana is a federal offense, illegal. So now the state says it's legal. Anytime the feds want to bust you, they can. A buddy of mine owns a building. He was going to rent the lower half of the building to a marijuana pharmacy right next door to the Christian Science reading room. That's one of his tenants. And beside the Christian Science people being upset, the guy was told by his attorney, if the feds decide to come in, they will be able to take your building away from you. If they decide that the pharmacy is illegal, or they just decide to, screw with you. So anyway, this guy Charlie Lynch, have you read the stuff, Garrett? Looked at it?
Yeah.
He looked like he did everything he was supposed to do in Morro Bay, California. And the next thing you know, he was the target of a federal investigation, and his life was completely ruined. And the feds love putting people in jail for a year and a day. And it's pretty unbelievable. Meanwhile, he drives down the street, Christina, and sees marijuana pharmacies that are open and doing business. My friend that's a mortgage broker here in town, his sons have one, and they don't even have to have a storefront. They now deliver. All you have to have is your card. My wife and my mother-in-law got their cards last week. I came home, and they were loaded on marijuana lozenges.
That's what I want.
Now, this morning when I woke up...
Right
Can you
now.
pick us up some?
Yeah, what?
Hypothetically.
Oh, you're right. That's what I'm going to do. Fly across country and be arrested for a,
candy?
Yeah, well, they're going to check your
Well, what
candy
are the
out?
two? What are the two
They
bearded
let you
guys' names on the old cough drop package? What were those guys' names?
I don't know.
Ludens?
It was no years ago. There was two guys with Ricola. Oh, that Ricola. Well, kind of.
Just
Ricola.
mail it to us. We don't care.
Oh yeah, that's not against the law either. That's
No return address and send it to Sirius. They'll never get it.
What about my fingerprints on every lozenge?
Just
Use
don't
a
bring
glove.
us liquids. And,
Is it
and put it in
lozenger
the
or
bag.
is it lozenge?
Lozenge.
What is it?
Lozenger.
Lozenge.
Oh.
I wake up this morning, and my wife says her girlfriend from Maine is coming in town. She's going to pick her up at the airport in Los Angeles, which is a couple hours from where we live. And I see her putting the lozenges in her purse. And I go, what are you doing with those? She says, I said, you're not going to drive with those, are you? She goes, no, I'm going to pick her up and we're going to Disneyland. There are two grown women going to Disneyland.
Sounds
They're going
like
to
a
get
dream come true.
completely loaded. I thought of you immediately.
That sounds awesome.
You would love hanging with my wife.
I would.
Stoned, going on the Matterhorn. So we'll have this poor bastard on in a few minutes. Of course, they made a movie about it.
You think your wife will mail it to us?
Probably.
No, you can't do that. Really is against the law. That is, once it crosses state lines, that's the federal offense.
What if you buy us plane tickets and we'll just come out, pick it up, and then we'll take the risk coming back?
You
But
can't.
You have
And-
to buy the plane
You can
ticket.
come out here and
Just live a
And-
little.
now you can fly here and get a card, and that card can be used, I believe, in a couple of states. That's the new thing people are doing. And you can go to Oregon, and you can get a card. And can they? We had the guy on that's the one of the last of the three people the feds send the pot to, right? We had that guy on.
Mm-hmm.
Then later on, we will have Hunter Moore on. He had to shut down a website where you would, if you had nude photographs of someone that either you liked or decided to dislike, you could put them up.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done that nude photograph thing because I always figured, I told you that there's snapshots of me, not, long before the good cameras, of me dressed in a negligee with a shower cap on, in a completely wet or soaped up or something, with these two English nannies from Knoxville, Tennessee. That's out there somewhere. I hope they were caught in a flood. He had this website called Is Anyone Up? Do you know the website?
Sadly, I do not. But I know
they shut it down because, and now people would submit a nude photograph of someone, and
they would also link their, like, say this is the person, then put their Twitter page or Facebook page, and he would make a picture of them with their clothes on from their Facebook, and then have a picture of them naked right next to it. And then people
here's what got him in trouble. A 14-year-old questioned him on Tumblr whether his site was going to be around 4 more years because she wanted to be naked on it, and he replied, "Yeah, hurry up." And that's the one that got him in trouble. So here's what will happen if your pictures are posted on his site. The site's commenters harshly critique your body or compliment you. And then they talk to you personally, Christina, on your Facebook, your Twitter, or your Tumblr accounts, and they begin to bombard you with friend requests and unwanted solicitations.
No, thank you.
Now, what I'm wondering is who shut him down? So we actually have, this is kind of a federal government shutdown show. Yes, Garrett, go ahead.
If you go to isanyoneup.com, it goes now to bullyville.com, which is a site to help cyberbullying, which people say he was doing.
Well, then, you know what? If you take a naked picture, if there's a picture of you with a penis in your mouth, you shouldn't have taken that picture to begin with.
That's his whole point.
Exactly. Your face should never be in those sorts of pictures.
Exactly. This is his quote. It comes down to, you're fucking stupid and I'm making money off your mistakes. It might sound rough, but how else are you going to learn not to do this again?
It's all about the hustle bustle.
You know, all of these kids that are sexting, right? And, of course, my kids are, you know, in college. One just got a high school, they're freshmen and all. And I don't think they have ever taken a picture of their dick and sent it out.
But they've probably gotten lots of titty pictures.
Yes, absolutely.
He is.
Do they share those with you? Like, hey, Dad.
You know what? No, you don't want to, you know. You know, look, one night I was smoking a cigar in the cutting garden, and my son comes out.
In the what?
My cutting garden. You've heard us talk about that. The garden we have, it's an empty lot except for fabulous plants and figs and fruits and vegetables, but it's tended 12 months a year by a woman, and it's just for sitting, and you can cut some flowers and make arrangements with them. It's called a cutting garden. Anyway,
that sounds lovely.
It is. It's quite lovely. And so we're sitting in the cutting garden, and it was late at night. I think we'd had a bunch of people over for dinner. We had cooked a bunch of food, and it must have been about midnight, 1 o'clock, and I break out a couple of cigars, and we're sitting there. And then all of a sudden, my son, you know, who's over 21, breaks out a joint. And I've never smoked with him, but I know he smokes, and I'm sure he knows I smoke. And so I began to share the pot with him. And here's why I think it's a bad idea to smoke with your kids. I started all that crazy talk shit that you do when you're stoned. And after a few minutes, I could see in my son's face that he was sorry that he opened that fucking door. I'm not kidding you. Who knows what I was talking about, right? My philosophy, whatever stories I was telling, but it was real stoner talk. So that's that. So we'll have Charlie Lynch on in a few minutes. So it's kind of federal.
And Hunter Moore got rich by a sexual harassment claim at work that he can't talk about. But
wait, he made the claim on a female?
We don't know.
I read the other day that there are 2,500 male complaints a year. That's not a lot. Male complaints a year in the workplace, 2,500. Among women against men, I think it's like, 25,000. It's a lot more. But one day, when my first job in New York, this general manager woman, and she's quite a big deal in the industry still, she would do really weird stuff with me in her office. And her office she collected Mickey Mouse memorabilia. So there's Mickey Mouse shit everywhere. It was a major corporation, a major radio company. So it's my first time in New York, and she would invite me over to her apartment in the Village to help her do stuff, or maybe I got some furniture from her or whatever, and it's like I would bend over to get something, and she would, make a move on me. And everybody, even today, guys talk about how fine she was, right? She had a beautiful face, and I could tell that her body was bad, Garrett. So I could just see it. I could tell. And she didn't work out. She ate whatever she wanted to eat, and she might have even smoked cigarettes at that point.
So she looked like Christina.
Well, no. I don't know. I could see that her body was not good, right?
Wow.
But she had a gorgeous face, and she would like to take me with her as her date. Of course, I'm the morning guy and all that stuff and doing really well, and she would take me as a date to various events. And, of course, all of these disc jockey types or radio sales types were all over her all the time. And, of course, my line was this. I would never, ever, dip my dick where I'm working, right? The reality is I'd have fucked her in a minute. She had a bad body, and I knew it. Once she took those clothes off, once I banged her, now I'm stuck with the bad body. If she'd had a good body, I'd have been doing what I was doing to every other woman in the building, bending them over their desks in their little cubicles. Oh, man, I would go into a room, Christina, when the news was on. I miss news so much. Right over the desk, and I could do it in the 4.5 minutes that we had from start to finish. It's 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. This is Charlie Steiner. 2020 News. I was gone. Whoop! There was a woman that did the continuity, who put the spots in, right?
Yeah.
She was always up for it. Then there was the music director. She was always up for it. And then they would hire various new people, right? And, man, it was unbelievable. It was fabulous. Being in radio and being the morning guy and having all these women in the building, it was unbelievable. It was fantastic. Now, that's not sexual harassment because I couldn't help or hurt their career at all.
Good point.
Oh, and I would go out with them and take them out to dinner, and we can't say anything, it's against the rules for us to date and all this kind of stuff, One woman, though, spoke in tongues when she had an orgasm. So I would get off like at, 9 or 10 in the morning, and then she'd come over at lunchtime. My roommate would be, at work. And when she came, she would go, you know what? I need to go back and I don't remember any of their names. I need to go back and then get a list of the employees. I'd like to find out where they went. The one that spoke in tongues, I'd really like to find again, Well, yeah, it was. But now the general manager woman, I never touched her. Never. That made her want me even more. Then one day, the president of the company came in, saw the Mickey Mouse stuff, got rid of all the Mickey Mouse shit. But I could have sued her for sexual harassment. She rubbed my leg. She made a pass at me. She made it very obvious to me that she wanted to do something. She wanted to do something. You know what I did, Christine? I did what a woman does. I teased her. Didn't let her have it. Yeah, didn't let her have it. Sometimes I'd wear like tight jeans,
Oh,
and
boy.
I would give myself a semi, and then I would stretch, Garrett. I'd go, oh, God, I'm tired from doing the morning show. Ugh, like that. Oh, man, she probably went in and took like Mickey and Minnie went between her legs.
Oh, yeah.
I certainly hope our guests aren't hearing this because they'll go, what kind of fucking show is this? I'll tell you what kind of show it is for our guests coming up. One where you can get stoned and it's legal. Poor Charlie Lynch was lynched, and all he was trying to do was medically save us. Stay where you are.
The Jay Thomas Show.
He's the afternoon guy.
I'm a minor genius.
What is this, huh?
Jay Thomas.
Stars 2.
Sirius XM 104.
By the way, if you want to call us, it's 888-410-210. If you want to send a direct message to me at jthomasshow@gmail.com, I read every email. We don't get enough for me not to be able to read them. It's not like there's so many of them. I go, another 1,000. No, I get and I respond to them positively or negatively, either on the air or sometimes I actually send you a personal response. And also go to jthomas.com, and you'll see almost everything there is to see about me and the show. You'll see the acting reels, all this, kind of junk there. So, Rick Ray is the director, and Charlie Lynch is the poor unfortunate. The movie, and I guess the book also, The Lynching of Charlie Lynch. Rick Ray, you live in Santa Barbara, somebody told me.
Yeah, that's right. And
was your granddad Nicholas Ray, the great director, the great?
I wish, if only.
No. What are you? Is the rain affecting your roof? I mean, isn't this crazy? Here it rains, and my office is flooded. My garage is flooded. Is it affecting you?
I love it.
You love the rain. You love the rain.
I love it.
Do you ever stand under the leaks in your roof and just enjoy that?
It's the only way we get a shower in this town.
That's it. So what street do you live on, Rick?
Well, actually, I'm a Ventura guy, so I'm.
Oh, you live in Ventura. Well, you're
down
not
the road from you.
You're not as wealthy as me.
Exactly.
That's why.
That's the documentary filmmaker's curse.
That's right. Anyway, so Rick Ray. Now, Charlie Lynch, welcome to the show. How are you, Charlie?
Oh, good. Thanks for having me.
Here's what we don't get. You were offered a business license. You were asked to join the Chamber of Commerce. You opened and maintained a business that my mortgage broker's kids even have a dispensary. And I don't quite understand. Do they just choose people? The feds choose people to pick on, and other people they just let slide under the marijuana radar?
Yeah, I don't know. Are you asking me that question, Charlie?
Yes, Charlie, you're the one that the film is named after, and you're the one that may go to jail. So I'm going to focus. Are you stoned right now, Charlie?
Oh, no, sir. No.
It's fine. I don't care because now. Are you allowed to have a medical marijuana card while the feds are trying to prosecute you?
Well, not really. I'm kind of under federal law right in my life, I guess.
So what happened? Like, people wanted me to invest in these dispensaries or help own the building and all that, and I just said no because I was afraid the feds would do something to me. We have all day, okay? Good. We have all day here. Think about this as a deposition, all right? So tell us, Charlie, the film is called Lynching Charlie Lynch. How did it happen? You thought you were doing something totally legal, right?
Yeah, it was going pretty smooth, and I'd put a lot of work and energy into the business, and I'd gone through all the what I thought were steps to run a pretty as tight a gig as possible, city business license, and I even called the DEA before I opened to find out what their policy was. What did they tell you, the DEA? Actually, they told me it was up to the cities and counties to decide how to handle it.
Okay.
And so, and so in my case, the city of Morro Bay, which is an incorporated city, which is allowed to make its own rules and regulations for the city, they allowed the dispensary there.
So they said open up. So you open the dispensary. People get the card that my wife and mother-in-law just got their cards, and they begin going to the dispensary. And so you're selling. Where'd you get the marijuana from? From that guy in Oakland who had the big warehouse? Did you get it from him?
Oh, no, it's like a group of people, they are members of our so-called, they call it collective now.
Mm-hmm.
And, people would join the collective, and some were growers and some were providers. And so actually I was part of the business with managing all this, because these California laws, they kind of expect everybody to be a farmer, you know, and they're, you know, lots of us are like city people, you know, and so we can't farm and grow. We don't know anything about that, you know, and so I kind of pulled all these people together with different knowledges, and I was writing. Actually, when I was running the dispensary, people were giving me the right to grow on their behalf, and then I was taking that and passing it on to somebody who was an expert in the field. And so that's kind of the way I operated the aspects of getting it. You know, it came from the members of the collective.
So when did the store, they got a little store open, and do the feds bust in on you with, do they have bulletproof vests and pistols when they come get you?
Yeah, actually, I operated for over a year before they came barreling in, and I had worked late in that night on our website, so I called in, you know, that I was going to be a little late that morning, and my secretary, she started saying, Charlie, they're here, the feds are here, or something, and so my lawyer ended up calling me right back, and then right as he was calling me, they were pounding down my door at my house, and I was standing there, as you may see in the film, I was standing there naked, and the feds came barreling in, like you said, with their machine guns and helmets and shields, and
you know, I'm going to tell you, the DEA certainly does good stuff, but and Rick Ray as a director, you directed this thing. Isn't it unfucking believable how they come barreling in, like he said, with the machine guns and all? And here's a pothead, a dispenser guy, naked at his fucking house. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just don't. I don't think anyone would have said that Charlie Lynch might have, like, why would he even start shooting? He legally had marijuana in his house, right? Right, Rick?
Here's the thing, Jay, what surprises me, you don't know this about Charlie, is that he's one of the most honest, straightforward guys that you'll ever meet. I mean, we've all gone down to the dispensaries in L.A. and Oakland and San Francisco, and we've seen that some are above board and some are running kind of in the gray area. Mm-hmm. Charlie is this guy that you would trust babysitting your kids. I mean, he's more of an...
excuse me, I wouldn't go that far. I don't want to come in and have the kid with the bottle up its ass and Charlie say,
your mother-in-law has a card, right? So
yeah, she sure does. She sure does have a card. You're right about that. I wouldn't let that old bag babysit the kids either. So you know what though? Most of the dispensaries around here, they advertise in the newspaper, so you know where they are. Charlie, you had ads in the local paper, the Independent, and all that. Did you have commercials?
No, I never ran an ad, but I didn't really need to. You know, people. There was lots of media when I opened and stuff, and then it kind of fizzled out, and you know, we were just people knew where we were, you know, by the green sign that said "Enter here."
Now, Rick, you're a documentarian, and you made the movie Lynching Charlie Lynch. Were you? Did you have a card, and did you go and use Charlie's facilities?
No, I'm not. I'm actually not a medical marijuana user.
You're an illegal marijuana user?
No, I smoked in college a little bit, but no, I've kind of given that up. I was assigned to cover Charlie for a 10-minute piece for Reason TV for Drew Carey, and went up thinking I was going to meet a dispensary owner who had just been busted by the feds. And, you know, in my mind, I thought hippie, stoner type guy. Got up there, went to interview him, and he was this ordinary businessman who's never had a traffic ticket, never done anything wrong in his life. And I started filming him, and I realized, wait a minute, there's something seriously wrong here. If the feds are prosecuting this guy and he's about to go to prison for a long time.
By the way, 5 years is what Lynch was or could be facing, which is the mandatory minimum. The feds have mandatory sentencing guidelines. So sometimes when you see that a person goes to jail and it's a victimless crime instead of probation, the states sometimes don't have that. Am I correct about that? They won't have a minimum. But the feds are really big into these these mandatory sentences, correct?
And Jay, yeah, I mean, the local sheriff there was trying to bring Charlie down. And for your listeners, you know, this is a rural area of California that he opened a dispensary in. It's 100 miles in any direction to the next dispensary, at least. And, you know, he was kind of focused on by this local sheriff who sent undercover detectives in. He sent his deputies in with fake cards and fake recommendations. And for a year, he couldn't get any probable cause on Charlie because Charlie was running this thing like a tight ship and like a business.
Mm-hmm.
And so what he did, we surmise, is that he called his buddies in the DEA and said, look, I can't get probable cause, but you guys know marijuana is a Schedule 1, you know, under the law. We can go in here with the DEA and we don't have to have probable cause. And so they, you know, conjunctively raided Charlie's dispensary based on that.
Charlie, what is the sheriff's name, and is it Ventura County? What's his name?
No, it's a San Luis Obispo County, and the sheriff's name at the time was Pat Hedges.
Pat Hedges?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
for those of you that are listening to us in San Luis Obispo County, which is Morro Bay, I'm sorry, up there in that area, is Pat Hedges was his name?
Yes, he was the sheriff at the time.
Pat Hedges, and this is not Charlie speaking, nor the director, Rick Ray. This is Jay Thomas. Pat Hedges, you are a fucking evil asshole. And whatever fucking horror befalls you, you deserve. Is he dead or alive, this son of a bitch?
Well, he's alive, but
he's alive.
He didn't run for re-election.
Well, you better not run for re-election while Jay Thomas is around. Right. So now, why didn't he like you, Charlie? What was it? Had you had a run-in with him? Had you fucked his daughter? Had you slept with his ex-wife? Tell us what the real backstory is, why this evil sheriff, which is almost like a movie, disliked the wonderful, upright marijuana dispensary operator, Charlie Lynch. What did he have against you?
Actually, I have no idea. That's kind of like one of the big unknowns, you know, is that why did they choose me, and, you know, why well, the prosecutors, they could have walked down the street 4 blocks down there in L.A. and found another dispensary, you know. Instead, they drag up, you know, 100 DEA agents up here to my place and drag me, you know, 200 miles down to L.A. in handcuffs and throw me into conspiracy with a doctor that's related in L.A., you know. I have no idea, but I can speculate in a bunch of different ways.
Please,
you know?
Please speculate. That's what this show is about. Sometimes, and you can even lie on this show. It's okay with us. We don't need facts. You know, Rick, I'd like you to make a movie about me called Jay Thomas. No facts needed. All right.
You got it.
Conjecture, lying, and I'll stand by. Garrett Andritz has been a producer for years, and Christina is also one of the producers here. Would you say that would be an honest estimation of the way the show is run? No facts needed. Right?
Definitely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. And both of you are pot smokers, correct? Both of them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You have no idea what I'm talking about. That's right. So now, by the way, where can you get the movie Lynching Charlie Lynch? Where do you available on iTunes? Is a place to get it?
It's almost up on iTunes. It's on Amazon streaming at the moment, and it's on DirecTV and Dish Network and Microsoft soon. Just Google Lynching Charlie Lynch, and you'll probably come to the Rick Ray Films site, and all the links are there.
Okay. So Charlie, where are you now? And 2 questions. One, where are you now? And what does it cost you to defend yourself? So one, where are you now?
Actually, I live in San Luis Obispo, California right now. So
are you going? Are you still looking at jail time?
Yeah, actually, the judge, he sentenced me to 1 year and 1 day, and he would have, you know, because they have the mandatory minimums and stuff, he let me slide on all of them except for one. Yeah, and that was selling to minors, so to say. And so, anyway, the city of Morro Bay told me 18 or older, unless accompanied with a parent. But in federal drug case, anybody under 21 is considered a minor. And so I got convicted of selling to minors, you know, between the age of 18.
So that's a major mistake that you made with all of everything you were looking at. I think I would have made sure that the 21 and over rule was held at a dispensary. I think that's a major mistake you made.
Right, that was in the agreement the city of Morro Bay gave me. It was in writing from them. That was the rules.
Wow. And
Well,
that's
and
all
also-
that's all thrown out by the feds, though, right, guys?
Well, no. And
Yeah.
so anyway, so it goes as the judge. He says, "I'll let you slide on all these other mandatory minimums except for that one." So I have to give you a year and a day on that one because there's no way around it. But the other 5-year mandatory minimums, I'll let you slide. And then so that was the final ruling, a year and a day. But then, I appealed it, and then the feds, they appealed the 1 year and 1 day I got, and they still want me to get 5 on appeal. They're trying to cross-appealing my appeal, trying to get me 5 years instead.
So, and then how much is this costing you?
Actually, I have federal public defenders, and so it doesn't cost me nothing in terms of lawyers because I don't, when the feds come down on you, they pretty much shut your life down, take all your money, and make it impossible for you to ever get a job again.
Are you
That was
married?
a cost, Charlie.
Actually, no, I'm not married, and I didn't hear what you said, Rick.
Yeah, I was just saying, Charlie has really paid a huge cost. His reputation, he's now a convicted felon, and it's very hard to get work. He had to sell his home and went into foreclosure. His family had to put up $400,000 in bail money, which that is still being held by the federal government and not returned. And Charlie had to wear an ankle bracelet for...
Why, wait a minute. Why $400,000? Was his bail $4 million?
No, it was $400,000. It's different when you're the feds come down on you. You can't get a bail bondsman to bond you out.
Right.
Wow.
Somebody has to put up the cash or property.
It really is. It really is unbelievable that, and I'm looking here at it, that you received a permit, a legal permit, where what's the name of the permit? There's a name of it here. It's
Well, it was a business license permit.
It also has. Does it have the word marijuana in the permit?
Yeah, actually, that was the business description was medical marijuana dispensary.
Right, and that's in the permit. And then a year later, the feds raid you with the cooperation of this Pat Hedges. Was Pat Hedges saying that you and people like you are part of the drug problem? Was he one of those kind of right-wing, anti-any kind of drug kind of a sheriff?
Yeah, in fact, they left us a message on. I'm pretty sure they're the ones that left the message that said "All hippies die." They printed it out on this little label maker I had, and then they left it on the desk. And so when we came in the next day after the raid, we had that little message there waiting for us from. I don't know.
In Morro Bay, where it is, surfers, hippies, rural, they were saying all hippies die. They should move from that fucking area if they don't like hippies.
Well, that was either the local sheriffs or the feds, but I probably would think it was more of a local sheriff deputy thing,
Here it is. In 2006, you got a medical marijuana nursery permit from the city of Morro Bay.
Right. Well, that was additional. I had a dispensary permit, and then people started wanting clones and stuff.
Yeah.
So I went, and so then the city issued me a nursery permit for where I was in that location.
Well, listen, I've joked about it and stuff, and Rick, thanks for making the movie, but it is so stupid, and the fact that they spent our money to send 100 DEA agents from L.A., where there are dispensaries everywhere, and came in with the machine guns and the whole deal, and they have probably spent Rick Ray the millions of dollars prosecuting Charlie Lynch, this horrible federal criminal, right?
It's incalculable what they've spent on this entire thing. And just to go back to what Charlie said, I just want to say, what are you supposed to do if you're a businessman that wants to try to do this right, to run a dispensary right? The city invites you in. The city attorney writes an opinion. They issue you a business license. The mayor approves. You have a ribbon-cutting ceremony. The state voted it in. You try to do it all by the books. You even call the DEA. So Mom says, it's okay to take cookies from the cookie jar, and Dad says it is absolutely forbidden to take cookies from the cookie jar. Who's
well,
right?
I'll tell you, I would tell you that I was offered to buy into a building, and in the building there was going to be a dispensary. And as I'm going to buy the building, just a rental property, right? And the guy says, gee, my lawyer says, look, man, if you buy this building and the feds come down on the dispensary, they can take the landlord's building. They can take you, the landlord, and all the investors. They can take the building away from you.
Well, in fact, that's how they shut Charlie down. Is that eventually the DEA called Charlie's landlord and said they were going to seize the building if he continued to operate there.
Wow. Okay. Well, look.
They never called me up and told me to shut down, though. They had to threaten everybody around me, and then make. Actually, I don't know why they couldn't just call me up and say, well, Mr. Lynch, you better shut down because, we're going to come get you or something. But,
Wow.
Instead they called the landlord, and threatened him. Yeah, it's like.
Unreal. Well, look, good luck. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm glad we brought a little attention to lynching Charlie Lynch. It'll be on iTunes soon. By the way, DirecTV is a big part owner of Sirius XM, so it's on DirecTV, right? You got it going there? All right.
It is.
And Rick, I'm right down the road. Anytime you want to make a documentary about the great Jay Thomas, I'm available. Garrett, I seem to have quite a bit of time in my hands lately. It just seems like, it's one of these films, what I could have been or what I should have been, and, maybe I could have taken better advice or whatever. Rick Ray's the director. Charlie Lynch is the poor unfortunate. Lynching Charlie Lynch. He did everything he was told to do to open a marijuana dispensary, and the fucking feds fucked him. That's a lot of F's there. All right, we'll see you later, guys. Thanks very much.
All right, thanks, Jay. See you later.
The Jay Thomas Show.
They have spent untold amounts of money to bring the top-notch entertainment to Sirius XM.
Jay Thomas. Stars 2. Sirius XM 104.
Tomorrow morning on Howard 101, we're going to have a guest that was hand-picked for Garrett Andridge tomorrow morning. Hand-picked. Something he has discussed a number of times. You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
I do.
All right. And then China.
Oh, that's what I thought you were talking about.
No. Don't we have two guests tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Oh, and then China, who used to be a wrestler and who's now a porn star. What's weird is, same thing with Brie Olson, who we had on in the afternoon. Jeff Furlot's already emailed me, what's the over-under on another porn star oversleeping on Friday morning? Well, I don't even get angry at it. We'll book them later. But it's weird to talk to these women, and you're having a really great time, and you're talking to them, and they sound sweet and all. And then I go online, and you see them, having anal sex, and guys and women, and it just stuns me. It's like I'll never be able to wrap my head around the women in the porn industry that are, forget strippers, that you can almost understand. You could strip and maybe even not have sex. You can almost believe that, right? But in the porn industry, it's just odd to me that you could be sitting with someone having a really normal conversation, and they think nothing of you going, "Hey, I got a guy coming over. Can we double penetrate you?" And she goes, "Why not?" Oh, cool, like that. I've never been able to put that. I've never found the place in my mind to put it. I mean, when you were doing O&A, did they used to have, I don't know, porn stars come in or?
Yeah, all the time.
Right. And they would be really sweet, right? We've had them on the Friday morning show. The woman that came in just took all of her clothes off and let the guy paint her body, and then.
Well, she wasn't a porn star.
Well, but then she said she was going to go off with Gianna, and maybe they were going to have girl-on-girl sex, or just normal, just having a normal conversation. And you're sitting there going, well, where do you put liking this person? And there's no answer to it. But like Christina, never in a million years would she ever do that. Even, and I wonder, if you had some abusive childhood or your father and mother were nuts, could someone like Christina have been turned into one of these kind of porn star women, you know?
Totally.
I wonder.
Oh, I can't even picture it.
You believe that could happen, Gary?
It's all nurture. It's not nature.
It's nurture.
Yeah.
So let's say when she starts as a little girl, she was abused, horribly abused,
And
or
didn't know her dad, or
something like that.
Yeah.
Don't you think you have to also be born, Christina, with that extra clit spark? You know what makes me mad? I
Is that
use
from
it.
the mom or the dad's side?
No, the woman has her own clit spark.
Yeah, I know, but what side of the family? Does
I don't
that
know
come
what
from?
side. You know what? They say your sex drive is inherited, unless, of course, you're fucked by your uncle, Garrett. And then it's forced upon you. Yeah, I think that we've said this before, there are women that you meet, not just porn stars or women in magazines, who look like they were built for sex more than other normal women walking around.
Yeah.
Either their lips, their mouth, their butt, or the way they walk, or whatever. And you'll say, is that the way you really walk? And they go, yeah. And, their ass goes, like a fucking mix master, down the street. But, Garrett, it's something to think about whether poor Christina could have been, turned around. That would be a good experiment.
How do you not get so tired of it after a while?
I guess they do.
You get tired of working for an hour a week?
No.
But when they go,
the
but it's rough.
What you're working on.
banging.
And then how do you enjoy your own personal life on
I don't
any
know.
kind of a level if you're just banging random dudes at work?
How about the guys? First of all, I guess some might be smart, but most of them, these days have foreign accents. Come on, baby, you like it, baby. And it looks to me like they have swallowed a handful of Viagra, okay? Because, years gone by, you would see them get a little bit soft, There's no soft anymore. Mm-mm.
I know.
The new soft is hard, Garrett. Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's looked down upon to use chemical enhancers in a porn. And the girls don't like it either.
It's okay in sports, but not
What do you
in
mean the
porn.
girls don't like it? What are you talking about?
Because the guy is so raging hard, he hurts the girl more.
Dries her up.
Because he doesn't feel, it's sensitive, and he just goes crazy.
I am telling you right now that
that
Cialis, that Viagra, all of it is being used recreationally or professionally, whatever you want to say, by these young guys. Because it's almost not natural that after you come or after you've come once, you still have this raging, paint can hard on. It's not natural.
I don't know. My heart, after I come, I still have a heart on.
No, you don't. Not for long. Not for long.
Walk of shame to like the tissues or something with your dick weaving back and forth.
But you couldn't keep it up, keep it doing. No, I'm telling you, that's what the Viagra is for. It's not just for guys who can't get it up. It's, let's say you ejaculate more quickly than the woman. You can stay hard after your ejaculation while the woman is going through her incantations to come, which, of course, you could care less about.
But after she comes, then you're still sitting there maybe for, I don't know, maybe
longer
2 hours,
than normal.
an hour and a half with still a hard penis?
No, longer than normal. But if she starts tickling the ejaculated penis and you've got Cialis and Viagra in you, it will come back again, whether that would ever happen to you normally or not is the question. And I say, in all of my ages, no matter, what's happening now, and all after you come and after you've done it for a while, it doesn't stay rock hard. It gets soft for a while anyway. It doesn't happen in these movies anymore. It's just raging. So I tell you bad things for me. The other day I went to the doctor for my physical, and he said, he's checking off things, and they had in there, do you have a history of physical activity in your family? Does anybody move around? There's diabetes, there's, wouldn't you love that? Hey, I saw a guy this morning in the lesbian coffee shop. Oh, listen, right next to the lesbian coffee shop which serves breakfast and stuff, a biker coffee shop opened. Bicycle coffee shop. It's called, of course, the Handlebar. Okay. Now, my kids went to a biking junior high school where they biked like 1,000 miles over, 3 years or whatever, and it was really cool. And they learned about
the high
bikes.
School is dedicated to biking.
They're outdoor schools, and we have one of the best in Santa Barbara. It's called
Sounds like summer camp.
It's called the middle school, and you fat, skinny, whatever you are, muscular, whatever. Everybody has to go on every bike trip. Everybody. And the school shuts down 3 times a year for 10 days to 2 weeks, and 200 people, the students, the 200 and something people, the students, the teachers, and a group of parents leave on these grueling bike trips that you will take a train. You'll take a train, you'll take buses or whatever, and then they drop you off at the base of Mount McKinley. And there's little kids. Some of them are, like 11 years old. And then if you have a big, strong kid, like I had, my son, they make him ride in the back with the overweight weaklings. I'm not kidding you. And it's really fantastic, but they're kids, so they just do it. And they'll show us now, of course, I never went on one of the trips. Okay. Oh God. 1, I don't like to camp, and 2, the riding of the bike. And they didn't come home. It could be pouring rain, wind, whatever. They won't come home, right? And every now and again there's a broken arm or whatever. So it's a biking school. But they wear these outfits that I just don't get. They look like a race car. They have the blue and the black and the red and this and the that and the helmet and the whole thing. So this Handlebar coffee shop opens up, just sells coffee. And nothing but bikers go there. And so from dawn until, probably till right now, all of these fucking bikers are sitting there with those bullshit bike shoes that fit into the pedal. And they're bullshit bikes. I'm not joking. Like 25 or 30 of them at any given time. To me, it would be like a Nazi coffee shop opened. And when you walked by, it's nothing but Nazis in uniform sitting there, right? That's how weird it is to me. I don't understand the outfits. I'm sure they're aerodynamic and they hold your legs and whatever the hell it is. And I want to so badly walk by and go, what do you assholes do for a fucking living that you can just sit here all day with the coffee and the bicycles with the skinny tires? So,
what about the teardrop helmets?
Oh, they have all that. Mm-hmm. I went in there one day. Have I told this on the air about the change, Garrett?
I don't think
I've never told it. Okay. I think the statute of karmatic limitations has run out on something I'm going to say right now. I never told it because there would be karmatic consequences to what I did. I went into the coffee place, and of course, some big bike guy's behind the counter, right, wearing a bike outfit. He owns it. And I'm there with a couple of guys, and they're having coffee, and they say, let's try the Handlebar, right? And I see all these bike assholes, and I go in there. I go, let's go to the lesbian coffee shop. They have the best mocha. That's what I said to the guy, right? Nah, I don't want to go in the lesbian. We always go in there. Let's go to the biker one. So I go in, and I say, I'm gonna pay. And I have a $100 bill. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I pay. I forget how it worked, but I had a $100 bill. So I pay with the 100, and let's say it's, $10, $15. The guy takes my 100 and he opens up a money box and he gives me change. He gave me $180 in change. I don't know how he did it, but I'm watching him count it, and he's talking, and he just opened. So I walk down the street, and I got this $180 in my pocket, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, if he's so fucking stupid, So I haven't told anybody, and this is a long time ago, and I thought, God, that's theft, right? I never went back in there again, and in fact, I walk across the street. Because, at the end of the day, he had to count up, and he was $80, to the bad, right? I walk across the street. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I'm over there today, and a guy comes over to me, and he says, I swear to God, he must have known I had this guest on today. He must have been a listener, because I couldn't figure it out. He goes, I'm writing a book about blah, 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 blah. And I go, yeah. And he goes, I was wondering if you could give me lead me to some documentary filmmakers or something. And I go, well, I said, I interview them, but I don't really know a bunch of them. And I said, that's difficult. I said, I would recommend that you write whatever the book is, and you try and get on a Dr. Phil show or do an ebook first or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, what's your book? He goes, and he's a skinny guy, and he's having like a gluten-free muffin, right? Coffee at the lesbian coffee shop. It's called Sedentary Nation, so he says to me.
Okay.
I said sedentary, meaning like people sit around, sedentary. Mm-hmm. He goes, yeah, and he says, do you know Dr. So-and-so, so-and-so? I said, no, I don't. Well, this doctor, this woman, she has done a thing that's gone all the way back to the cavemen. And it's something about, I don't know what, exercise, or they didn't, whatever it is. Well, my book only takes a little, and it's all about how I can show you that, people just don't move off the couch or whatever. I said, first of all, you really want to sell this book? He goes, yeah. I go, then Sedentary Nation is a bad title. He goes, I said, you need to have a sexy kind of he goes, what do you think? I said, the name of your book ought to be Fat Ass. This offended this guy. That's how full of shit they are at these coffee shops. He looks at me and he goes, that's like that's like a book you'd buy in New Jersey. That's what he said to me. I said, well, my fucking wife is from New Jersey, and yeah, Fat Ass is what you ought to call it.
And look at Housewives of New Jersey, the Jersey Shore. They're making tons of money.
Jersey
Why wouldn't you want to?
Jersey Couture.
Well, so he was like, he's got a bike, and he's thin, and he's going to write a book. And I see his card, and of course he's probably some sort of, crystal healer or some shit, right? And when I said, call the book Fat Ass, write the same bullshit you were going to write in Sedentary Nation, and you have a much better chance. And he just closed up shop on me. Closed his little book.
Wow.
And you know what he did? He took his coffee to go. So you know what I did? I took his chair. Yeah. That's the kind of asshole.
Was it still warm?
You know what? I sat in somebody's seat yesterday, and that was creepy that it was warm. Their ass warmth was still there.
The worst is when you go to the number 2 here, and you don't see anyone leave the bathroom, but you sit down, and it's warm, and you're like, someone was...
The worst is when the train seat is warm. Like, how long were you sitting?
Or was it a bum sitting there, and that's why the seat's
honest?
empty?
You have
to me,
smell it.
Warmth means bacteria.
Yeah, it's just
yes, it's
comfortable and
it's alive.
Mm-hmm.
It's alive.
It doesn't want to leave.
Do we have Soylent Green? Do we have that?
I have to find
people. George is on line 1, and now George, through the magic of not just radio, but satellite electronics, our voices are now being sent into the deepest outer space, no telling who's listening to them, and then being broadcast to no telling who's listening to us. George, go ahead.
Shalom, this is George.
Oh, your name is George Zimmerman?
George Zimmerman. Today I left the Ronald Reagan Museum.
Okay, hold on a minute. You've called the last couple of days. You're not funny. You had a good bit, but you keep saying the same thing over and over again. You ought to be like the fucking gnome for Travelocity, okay? And be in a different place. You're not fucking funny. You're not thinking of anything. So don't fucking call back here.
Maybe you didn't give him a chance.
All right, where are you now, George Zimmerman, who fucked up a great bit and a chance to actually take your meaningless fucking crazed fucking life and maybe have a moment of fucking, notoriety, but you're too fucking dumb. You're just too fucking dumb. Where are you now, George Zimmerman? Where are you now?
Jay, today I moved north to Solvang.
Well, that's pretty funny. All right, he's in Solvang. All right, look, you got to... I'm sorry I yelled at you, George. Do you know what Solvang is, Garrett?
No.
About an hour from here.
Oh, George, your gun go off?
That's funny.
About an hour from here, you're not going to believe this. There is a fake... George, is it Swiss? It's a fake Swiss town?
I don't know. As a white Hispanic Jew, I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Hans Christian Andersen shit or something.
It is a fake Danish town. So you pull into Solvang. It's been there for 100 years. It's just all fake Danish buildings and fake Danish people. That's all it is. And thousands of people go to it. Wait a minute. I think they have windmills and shit there. It's all plastic and
I'm
fake.
looking at pictures now. Definitely windmills.
But what is Solvang? So what nationality is that supposed to be?
Let me...
Does it say Danish or is it Dutch? It's the dumbest fucking place.
Danish.
It's a fake. All right, thank you, George Zimmerman. Very good. Very good. All right, trying to leave the state.
Is it kind of like up in the Northeast, they have towns where people live like the Pilgrims, and everyone pretends like they don't know what a car is or an email is, and they work in these
reenactments?
Yeah.
No. You move to Solvang. You and Christina move to Solvang, and you buy a condo. And the condo is in it's Danish Village or whatever, right? And you buy a condo, regular condo, as it looks like a regular building. But the town that you live in, everywhere you look, everywhere you walk, every building is a fake Danish building. Every restaurant, every church, everything is fake Danish.
Wow, even the signs are in Danish language.
Everything. And it's meaningless because, as far as I can tell, maybe there was 100 Danish people up there at some point. But I remember once a guy I knew that was in the oil business moved to Central California. And he said, hey, I'm being moved to kind of close to where you live. And I think he worked for Exxon or something. I said, where are you going to live? He says, well, our office is in Solvang. That's what he said to me. I said,
did you just hang up on him?
No, I said, you're going to move to Solvang? He goes, yeah, what is that? He said. I said, it's a fake Danish town. And when he moved there, he calls me. He goes, you will not believe this fucking place. You wake up in the morning and there's fake Danish buildings, but we're all normal people. And I go to work and the sign has some Danish crap around it. And the building looks like whatever you'd live in Denmark, and we go into our normal building, and when we have meetings and people come to visit us, it's like we live in fairyland, fairy tale land or something. He said it was really disturbing. He hated it.
I don't like that. Like when the Subway restaurant doesn't look like a Subway. It's weird.
How about starting Friday?
Confuses you?
Yeah.
Friday afternoon, every weekend, the whole time you live there, the place is packed with people driving really slowly up and down the Danish Boulevard.
Well, there is a Hans Christian Andersen Museum.
Oh, Copenhagen Street. Are you kidding?
The Mendenhall Museum.
I was there. I've been there twice. Once to see it and another time for a wedding. That's it. No reason to go there. Solvang. Thousands go up there. It's unbelievable.
Now, the people that live there, are they like Danish descent usually?
No.
It's just assholes that decide I want to live in
just
Danish
a bunch
town?
of posers.
Yeah, you see like a pickup truck with a couple of gas cans and a lawnmower in it, and you.
It looks like Disney World at Epcot Center.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And it's not, there's no amusement park. That's it. It's just the town. This comes from Super Guy. Mm-hmm. Jay, why don't you write a book? I checked Amazon for any of your writings. Yeah, well, there are no writings. The only thing I could find was there's a golf ball with your signature on it, and they want $49 for it. Get out of here. J. Thomas hand-signed golf ball, $49. That's ridiculous, Garrett.
Where, on eBay?
Do you remember signing a golf ball?
Yeah, I mean, I used to be on this celebrity tour, and George Lopez was on it, and Bill Murray was on it years ago. And so when I played a lot of golf, and you really have to like promote yourself, and you get invited to all the opens, and I played, in the Pro-Ams, the PGA Pro-Ams, and I was a good golfer, but I would sign golf balls. And so I've seen this golf ball online before, and it says $49. And if you write a book, you could make a bid on the air and ask Howard to do the foreword, as he did for Artie Lang and Craig Fitzsimmons. Now, wait a minute. How'd those books do when Howard did the foreword?
I'm not sure. I'm sure the Artie book did well, and
sure didn't help Artie's personality. Didn't help his, didn't relax him any. Yeah, but I don't know. You know what? It's so hard to imagine that you'd have something to say that people would want to read. I don't know. I'll try it, I guess. I don't know. Garrett, should I write a book, Garrett? Some sort of book?
Yes.
It's time-consuming.
It is time-consuming.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Don't
Garrett.
get advice from him. You're always talking about how he doesn't have any goals and he
no
just
goals.
kind of skates around. You
to be honest,
I'm now. Get your story out there.
I've joined forces with Garrett.
Oh God, what am I going to do with the two
Please
of you?
Go to nogoals.com. By the way, here's how
you two mooning each other.
Here's how goalless I am. Garrett's the president. I'm the secretary-treasurer. That's all. I'm not even the vice president of goalless.com. Dear Jay, this comes from Zach. You are generally aware of sports, and you are cognizant of racism in our world. I'm surprised you have not discussed Joel Ward. I had to look this up. Joel Ward is this black Canadian man. They don't call him Canadian Africans, by the way. African Canadian. He's a black Canadian. The Washington Capitals. And Garrett, he scored the winning game the other night against Boston to knock him out of the playoffs. Eddie LeBeck. Eddie LeBeck let one go by him, the other night. And I'm a fan of the Bruins, and I know you were a Bruin at one time. That's right. They have attacked this poor Joel Ward on the internet using the N-word, and I don't mean niggardly. Wow. Wow, did you see him? Oh, these are terrible. Now who does Joel Ward play for? He scored against Boston. He plays for the Capitals. So he was doing what he was supposed to do. He didn't miss something. Wow. Well, you know what? When you think about sports fans and people that, threaten people physically after a game is lost, right?
Yeah.
Or death threats, or when you go to a sporting event of any kind and you see the vitriolics there and people whose lives are completely fucked up. I mean, there's a guy I know that we go hunting and fishing with, and when LSU is on, he will literally tear up the living room of the hunting camp where we are, throw shit all over the place. And I want to say something to him, but he's the one that owns the hunting camp, so he can't say anything because I want to go back. But it's weird. And I yell and scream, when the Saints are on. But I've noticed that as my life has become a little more stable, I don't do as much crazy yelling. Do you yell, Garrett, during the game?
I do not yell. I cheer. But I don't get mad like, oh, why'd you drop that pass? That never
and
comes
carry it into the rest of your life and ruin the night and all that stuff, right? Right.
No, if they lose, my week is almost ruined, or at least it's different. I can't watch like Sports Center. I don't want to hear people talk about it. I'll skip the sports section in the newspaper.
I got you. Well, I think I'm talking about someone like you. There's an anger there. And you're using the sports team to vent frustrations that have something to do with the winning and losing of your favorite team, but they have a lot to do with your inability to really, blast out of there and tell somebody or yourself what you really think. I mean that. I mean, that's so when this guy says that they are saying horrible things about Joel Ward, the black hockey player, and this is bad stuff. Really bad.
Where are they saying it?
This guy sent me a report on tweets, but also on some hockey fan sites.
Oh, wow.
They're doing it also.
Well, what a surprise. People are racist on the Internet. Whenever someone's anonymous, racism comes out.
Now, how do you get up? How would I see,
Everybody's bold behind their
You know what?
Yeah.
All of my stuff, you can find me. So these people that are commenting, like on the sites that are, calling me all kind of names and all the Breitbart and all, I put my name there, Jay Thomas, right? And it's my email or whatever. If the company email, whatever it is. How do I get an email that's not me and I can put a fake name and everything? Can I just call up and get an
sign up, like Gmail.
You don't call anybody. You just sign up, like they say.
And that's it.
Do you have a username or password? And it's like,
can't they get it?
So
can't they follow? Can't they follow me back to my computer though? Can't they really find out who I am?
Like
Google
an IP
could.
address,
right? Can't they find the IP address?
Somebody can, but it's not like.
But they're not going to know. Like if you comment, they're not going to look up your IP address.
Yeah, I can't. Like if you're commenting on a forum, I can't see where you came from.
So if I call myself Joe Thunder, let's say, and I say racist, sexist stuff, and it's at Joe Thunder, at gmail.com or whatever. That's it. I can do that.
That's it. But then if you get out of hand, you're easily trackable. But
by Gmail, right?
Well, yeah, and the police can get in there.
But that's so wait a minute. What about getting a little cheap computer that you only do this one email on, right? Right?
So creepy. Yeah.
But you'd have to use someone else's internet. That's how the IP is just like internet's phone
and
number.
you should
no. I would
drive across state lines so that
no. I would only use internet
GPS.
at the coffee shop.
Yeah, there you go.
So I would go to the Handlebar coffee shop where the asshole bike people go, and I go like this, and I would Christina, if I wanted to really become a guy that tweeted, the problem is everything that I would say is rude. Because I comment out loud. So I'll be sitting, let's say, reading the paper, having a coffee, having some breakfast, and now here comes the crowd, right? Mm-hmm. Here comes the crowd. So this woman comes in, and she's got a big fucking diamond on her ring, and she's got two little kids behind her, and she's kind of good looking, and she's already got another one in the fucking pot, right? Mm-hmm. She's pregnant again.
Gross, yeah.
Under my breath, I say to myself, what a fucking whore.
Right.
That's what I said.
But when you're tweeting, you take a picture of it and then you write, what a fucking whore, and then send it.
No, but they'll find you.
No, I do it
it's
every
all rude.
day. I do it every day.
No, but so I would take a picture and say, look at her diamond, look at her two little gravy trainers, and she's got another
Mouth breather on the way.
Another
yes.
gravy, and who's the poor bastard that's paying for this?
Another good tweet.
Yeah, but you know what? They would know it would be me.
Well, then no, but that's up to you. You
yeah,
but
no,
your name.
but if they don't know it's you, then you can't brag how many people follow you on Twitter.
So you should own it and not be a pussy.
You can't do that. You can't do it.
What do you mean? Garrett and I do it every day.
Well, if anybody started printing it and saying, hey, your dad, your husband, has been taking pictures of people at the coffee shop saying what assholes they are, no, it'll ruin you. It'll mess you up.
I don't know. I feel like Twitter is okay for that. Facebook is more like a family. But Twitter, you could just blast the hell out of people. I don't know.
I think it would come back. I think just like this report I'm doing now, this guy just printed the tweets. That's all he did. He just found the what they said on Twitter, and he printed the rude. There's a bunch of them. There's a ton of them. So, now, did he just copy them, Garrett, or did he actually? Can you actually
No, you could search Twitter. You could search for the guy's name and see what comes up, or you could, hashtags.
Joel Ward has said, "This doesn't faze me at all. We won. I'm moving on. People can say what they want to say. I'm glad I played hard for my team." My God.
I mean, the guy...
That's terrible.
A black guy in hockey.
That's terrible.
In Boston.
That's terrible.
What do you expect?
Exactly.
And the internet, where people are anonymous, of course.
And you hate the Patriots. Right or wrong, when you said Boston just now.
Well, they're racist. They're a racist town. I would say the most racist town.
No, wait a minute. Oh, boy. Here we go. Because you're a Jets fan, you think Boston is a racist town because you hate the Patriots.
No. My friends from Boston say that, too.
No, they don't. Your friends who live in Boston, who love living there, they go, "Oh, it's so terrible here. We're so racist."
They do.
No,
Southie, they say. I know Southie's supposed to be really. Is that might be the black area?
No. Southie's not the black area. As a matter of fact, Art Sears, who's from Boston, married a woman from Southie, right? South Boston.
Black woman?
No.
Oh.
But when I was a kid and we were having race riots in the South and they quieted down, I don't know if you know this or not, but when they integrated the schools in South Boston, all of these devout Catholics, mostly women, yelled such horrible shit at these little boys and girls going to the school. It is awful. And they held that up down south forever and said, "Why don't you show this shit to Ted Kennedy or Robert Kennedy, whoever's trying to integrate the South," right? And yes, so in that way. But Art Sears' wife comes from this working class union left wing faction of South Boston. So you got that there also. And guess what? They're radicals. They'll kill you. They'll fucking kill you if you don't believe in the liberal bent on politics.
Guess what baseball team was the last team to have a black player on it?
The Red Sox.
Correct.
Wow. Who was that?
Something Green, I think. Oh, God.
Wow. Black guy named Green? That's cool. Let's go to Kerry of Boston. Kerry, I even see by your phone number that you are actually from Boston. You can go ahead now.
Green.
I believe, and they should start this again. Of course, they're against it. And I want to say Ronald Reagan did this. I believe that to bring back equal time in broadcasting, because what he just said, if this was Rush Limbaugh or if it was Hannity or if it was Rachel fucking Crew Cut, Maddow, whatever her fucking name is, they can say whatever they want, and you can't call up and dispute it. But now, Kerry, you're from Boston. Go ahead.
Give it to me.
I'm just.
By the way, Kerry, you have 1 minute and 49 seconds of equal time.
I'm just trying to agree with Garrett, because he's absolutely right. Boston is extremely racist, and it's
now wait a minute, wait a second. Now I got to add up your time. Oh Jesus!
Oh boy!
Now I got to add up your time and then give somebody else 3 or 4 minutes because of your bullshit. Now you can't call from Boston and go, "I agree."
It's true, though. It's true. If it weren't, then I'd say, you know what, I disagree. But it's absolutely true, and it's unfortunate. And when I tell people I'm from Boston and they're not, and they're like, oh, it seems really nice up there. I'm like, no, it's not. They're racist, and they're shocked.
All right, hold on a minute. If you're a racist from Boston, you will get 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Thank you, Kerry, very much. 4 minutes and 47 seconds to dispute that Boston is a racist place. Oh, God. Stay where you are. God forbid.
Jay Thomas.
Yeah, a little thing medically they call pussyitis.
Jay Thomas.
The Jay Thomas Show.
Stars 2. Sirius XM 104.
The Jay Thomas Show.
I got so much feedback saying they loved it. And I'm like, what show are you guys doing?
Jay Thomas.
He's the afternoon guy.
Stars 2. Sirius XM 104.
Yeah.
Take it as a,
Hunter, welcome to the Jay Thomas Show. You're not in Boston, are you?
No. I'm in San Francisco.
Okay, so tell us how you started it, because you got the tattoos, you got the cigarette dangling out of your mouth. It looks like either an E joint. How did you start the website where I would take a picture of my loved one when we were in the throes of let's say my dick is in her ass, right? I would take a shot of her back with my penis in her ass, and then when she dumped me, I would take that picture and I would have sent it to Is Anyone Up, and you would print it? You would put it up?
Yeah, kind of. Well, actually, how the start started was Is Anyone Up actually wasn't meant to be what it became to be. Right. It was actually supposed to be me traveling and documenting my travels and yada yada. But
boring. Hey, boring.
Boring. Yeah, very boring.
Show me a dick and an ass any day, Gary. What would you rather do? The Eiffel Tower or the Eiffel Tower in someone's ass? What would you rather?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So what happened was I was sleeping with this girl who was engaged to this pretty famous rocker dude, and all my friends wanted to see her naked, and iChat wasn't working, so they're like, yo, dude, put it on Is Anyone Up? So I was like, all right. So I put it on there, and we slowly just started adding to it, and people got a hold of the website, and then it became what it was, and it got kind of out of control, and it was me writing stories and posting pictures of all the girls I had sex with and everybody else I had sex with, and we'd all share it and comment through all the social networks, and Facebook is still trying to sue me, even though the site's down. But yeah,
why would now? I never saw the site, and Garrett didn't either, and he can't believe it.
Oh, okay.
Christina, did you ever look at? Is anybody? What is it? What was it called?
Is Anyone Up? Is Anyone Up?
No,
we don't.
Try, it goes to
we never heard about it. So we're sorry. It's gone.
But I've seen a lot of the pictures from it. I just never knew where they originated from.
Could you see the faces of the naked people?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was all based around
Wow.
You know how you click on your Facebook and you see how many mutual friends you have with somebody, or
I could really have been having sex from behind a woman, and her face would have been turned around, and if I took the right shot, it would have been from my testicles over her ass, over her back, and to her face. Now, I would think that would get you in tremendous trouble.
No way.
That didn't cause it.
No, because it all works through, user-submitted content. So as long as it's user-submitted content, the website owner isn't liable. So literally, I could post anything. So that was what led to the site being shut down, because, we had a lot of people posting, 9-year-olds and 12-year-olds and stuff. And
why didn't you eliminate that? Oh, you couldn't stop it. It was too many.
No, I did. We made sure everybody was 18, but I don't like looking at little kids naked every day. And after a year and a half, it just wore on me. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. So, yeah, I had to look for ways to shut it down. But
you were getting 30 million views a month. Now here's another door. Here's another door you opened. What you're really saying now is we have this huge pedophilia problem in the world, I guess, right?
No, well, we didn't let anybody under the age of 18, but we've gotten hundreds, probably thousands of people arrested for underage pornography. But there's a huge problem in the States, and we got a ton of stuff from the UK and Sweden that was super, super underage, like the 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds, like gross stuff that you do not want to see.
Now, I'm gonna read a statement.
Submitted every day.
I'm gonna read a statement from you. What do I have to defend myself against? It comes down to you're fucking stupid, and I'm making money off your mistakes. It might sound rough, but how else are you going to learn not to do this again? It's like playing Russian roulette. Oh, let's hope this doesn't get out. Now, you said this to people who complained or who sued you?
No. I said that really fucked up on my 26th birthday to Newsweek or the Village Voice. on my birthday. But no, I'm still going to stick to it. I mean, you got to be a fucking idiot to think that, you know, putting your fucking fist in your ass and sending a picture to some boy you thought was cute on the internet is not going to get around that you met, you know, 20 minutes ago who said, hey, what's up? And you're sending him a picture of your fist in your ass. I mean, you got to be fucking retarded. It's 2012.
Did you really get a picture of a woman with her fist in her ass?
I'll tell you, I've gotten FBI agents. I've got people that worked at the White House with fucking fists in their ass. I've got people, you know, all sorts of walks of life, especially government, you know, with lollipops, fists in their ass, fucking.
Now wait a minute. How do you know they're a part of the government? How would you not know? Let's say I sent you a picture of somebody, and then I would say they were a person and you printed it. That's libelous right there, isn't it?
No, so like basically you go through a queue. So when you submit something, you have to submit certain information about the person, and we actually go and background check everybody.
No, you don't. How do you background check millions of people or thousands of people?
Oh, it's really well. For one, I'm not supposed to say this, but I have a family member who is in law enforcement, and it was really easy for me to do background checks because we couldn't put anything on our site unless we had your birthday, and anything that is taken on a digital, you know, with a camera phone or really anything with the camera phone, it all is coded with it's called EXIF data. It'll give me the longitude, latitude of where you took the picture, but especially the date. So all we do is compare that to your birthday, and it was process of elimination, and then we find out how old you were, and then all we had to do was press OK. So it literally took seconds for us to find out when. Yeah, we had a very sophisticated system, and we just made sure you're 18, and then boom, you're on the site. That was pretty much it.
Now, when you had the site, is anyone up? Did you get pictures from women who had been wronged by some guy, and the guy maybe had put their picture up, and they send a picture and say, look at this limp dick asshole, and they would put his name and everything on the site?
Yeah, we would pretty much ruin your life. We'd put your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, anything that could connect you to you being you, any kind of social networking profile or whatever, we would link it directly to you so people could friend request you or send you a message and tell you how small your penis was, or comment on it and, you know, share it through any of the social networking sites. But not only that, you know, if you were, you know, on Monster.com looking for a job or anything, my Google rank was so amazing that I would literally be right under your Facebook profile or above it. So literally, you're just kind of fucked.
Now, if it was doing so well, and I know you got sick of the kid.
Well, it wasn't. Yeah, but it wasn't just the underage stuff, which I know should be a line for everybody. But like, I had people post on my site who passed away or killed themselves, or, you know, something horrible where they passed away, and we'd have people finding the pictures of them dead, and then would submit, you know, the car accident, and then along with their nudes, and we had people fucking animals with no heads, and, you know, horrible shit that, like, you know, after a year and a half, it's really hard to deal with.
So you're claiming that you took the site down yourself, but I'm kind of reading, and you said we'll get to this Facebook lawsuit.
Yeah.
I'm reading you were shut down.
No. What happened was, I mean, to me, I'm still the same person. I still fuck girls. I'll still write.
Do you still have the picture of the headless dog being taken advantage of?
Yeah, of course.
Would you send that, Garrett? Give him our whore site. You've heard of the whore phone? We have a whore site. Yeah.
No, we still have all that because, you know, we have pending investigations of like the FBI or whatever agencies that's dealing with it. So we have to keep all that stuff. But
now, why? I'm not asking you to give anything you haven't already said to a lawyer or whatever. Yeah. Why is Facebook upset with you?
Well, because we would link your Facebook back to you, so when you got posted. So basically, what happened was they sent me a cease and desist, and I was really drunk when I got it, and I sent them a picture of my dick back because I told them to go fuck themselves. So I'm banned from Facebook for life, and yeah.
But you know what? Isn't that guy, who's the guy that made the movie about Zuckerberg. I mean, isn't he real? I mean, I'm glad he started it and he's rich, but isn't he the typical fucking zero that you hate to see make it? You hate it. You know what? He is the opposite of, what's the guy with Girls Gone Wild?
Joe Francis.
He's the opposite of Joe Francis. Joe Francis is a fucking asshole, and Zuckerberg, and somehow they are parallel assholes. Assholes.
He made Man of the Year, but you know what's crazy is like the fucking Zuckerberg. He made a website, outing girls in his school that he hated and compared them to farm animals. So
right.
That was his first site, but for some reason I'm the fucking devil and I have a lifetime ban from Facebook and he's trying to sue me. But I'm basically doing the same thing that he did, which I don't. But he's Man of the Year, and he steals people.
I think you should be Man of the Year. Garrett, don't you think Hunter Moore, Man of the Year?
Definitely.
I'm just trying to get people to have sex with each other. That's all I'm trying to do.
Well, not when you put a headless dog on there. That's not.
I never posted any of that.
We want to see it.
Are you a big 4chan guy?
When I was younger, I was, but.
Because that's where I saw the pictures, like from your site, I would assume, like the Facebook.
Yeah, I fell out of 4chan. I just can't deal with the underage stuff. I just,
Now, what about you? Would have a section. You would have like a nargoyle. These would be people.
Nargoyle.
These would be pictures that you chose of people that were particularly unattractive, right?
It was really hard. It's really hard to make the narcoil section. I mean, you had to have a green pussy vagina, or something extreme, to make, like some bloody hemorrhoids or something.
Oh God!
To make it into the nargoil category, and I mean, people every night look forward to their daily nargoil. I mean, that was, that's how people went to sleep. But it got a lot of hand, I guess you could say.
What was the category? I'm so sorry this site is down. The category band whores. Did we have names of women that slept with famous band members?
Yeah, I mean, I got when I did Anderson Cooper, I got approached by some dumb whore that fucking got pissed because she was on my site as a band whore because, she slept with, people of Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue and stuff like that. But we'd have, the name of the band member and then all of her nude pictures and basically all of her, what I would call them, her trophies.
But wait a minute. And Anderson Cooper had them come on and face you on his show like an ambush?
And which was funny because I was coked out of my fucking mind and I didn't thought it was a one-on-one interview. But,
You know what? Hunter, you may be my son. Garrett, this may be my other long lost illegitimate son. Hunter, I tell you what, I don't want to cut into your blow time. HunterMoore.net. And really quickly, what's your next site going to be? We only have like 20 seconds. What's your next site?
HunterMoore.net. I'm basically trying to get everybody laid. That's my main point, and to fucking overthrow Zuckerberg. That's it.
All right, call us when you need us. We're here for you, all right?
All right, thank you, man.
HunterMoore.net, The Jay Thomas Show. There we are.
The Jay Thomas Show.
We're so lonely and bored here.
Jay Thomas. Jay. Stars 2.
Sirius XM 104.
Well, we have the intern, Gary, is running the equipment there. Wow. So now, you had to ask Garrett what button you press, and the music goes, and then you tell me I'm up?
Yeah, I only ask the master,
The master. Can you imagine?
He means me.
He's the master, so...
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I'm already getting incredible emails for my backing of Hunter Moore.
I can't believe that you back this guy, but you shit all over the Groupon guy.
Groupon guy didn't say he thought of it while he was wrecked on cocaine, okay? I think
everything I have to stay away from you because I feel like everything you touch.
Well, no, you're right. You're absolutely correct that that I'm sure that the next thing we're going to see on the internet is a picture of Hunter Moore's decaying body somewhere. You know, with the big black marks on it. You know,
Groupon is such a wholesome, simple. Good
I hated
idea.
that. I hated that guy, and I hate Groupon because you go on it and you have to wait. If a certain amount of people want this thing, you don't get the coupon. And I think that's just stupid. And then most of the stuff I'm seeing on all of these coupon things, I don't want those things. And the really good things, you have to wait, days for, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Millionaire.
What do you mean millionaire?
He's a millionaire.
No, he's a billionaire.
Billionaire.
Yeah. He walked away, the sale of Groupon, he himself, he's worth $400 million. And I read an article the other day, this is the one I love. They said that Groupon didn't get enough money. What? And Instagram, they said the guy he could have held out for more. More than $1 billion. That's unbelievable to me. Why? It is so, and then all of these guys, Zuckerberg included, they wear a shitty T-shirt and blue jeans, and they'll maybe buy a car, but it's not about the money. Are they nuts? Now, people go, look, if you won the lottery, what would you do? Well, I'm going to keep working. Okay. These guys, they're all young. They're under 30, a lot of them. They get $1 billion. $1 billion. It's if you were born the same day as Jesus Christ and you spent some ridiculous amount of money a day, like $10,000 a day from the time Christ is born until now, you still wouldn't have spent $1 billion. I mean, that's how much money we're talking about. It's ridiculous. And they go right back to the fucking office and in the cubicle and the whole. Why? I've never understood that. What, to work, to think of other bullshit, I don't know. I mean, I would finance people. I would never work again. You want to do something? What I would do is I would try and find a talent so incredible, Garrett, that I'd put him on the internet and I would start charging for you to hear him the very first day. It wouldn't even be free for a month. I would say how great he was. And because I was backing him, you had to pay $1 a month to hear him. Let's go to Jeff of Cleveland, Ohio. Yes, Jeff, you're talking to a charter member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And after the guy gave me the charter membership in Washington, D.C., I laughed and I threw it in the trash can of the hotel I was staying in.
All right.
And I was too embarrassed to ever call back and get my charter. I probably could just call them and say I lost it. But how's that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame doing? That's a big deal for Cleveland?
I guess the induction ceremony every 4 years that we get kind of brings something in, but I've lived there my whole life. I've gone there once.
But when you have relatives come or people come to visit you, do they beg you to take them to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No one's begged me.
No one's begged you?
Have asked, but no one's begged me.
No one's begged you. All right. Just checking. Jeff, thanks for calling. What can we do for you?
Hey, yeah, I watched a story, it was on 60 Minutes, I think, a while ago about Groupon.
Yeah.
And a bunch of businesses, small local businesses, have used their service and gave 50% off, like 1,000 of their whatever they were selling.
Yeah.
And completely bankrupted because no one came back afterwards for return business.
Oh, that's the world we live in. You know, everybody, they
want
to
get the deal and then they'll never go back again.
See, to me, when they do the Occupy thing, they ought to be in front of the Groupon building. They ought to be in front of Facebook. They ought to be in front of Apple, in front of all of them, Dell, all of them, because all of that shit is made in China, and none of it's made here. All of it's sent in Korea, whatever. And those people are billionaires, even beyond the guys on Wall Street. And it's really odd to me. And then they send their money to Wall Street to be invested for them. It's like all the tennis shoes, all the clothes, all that. it's made someplace else. They don't do one thing for the United States except...
Well, it's all big business.
They sell us that shit. That's it. And the money goes to employees overseas. They just had a thing where Apple inspected their Chinese factory, and they brought everything up to code. What a bunch of shit. What a bunch of fucking lying pieces of shit. You know good and well, they just found Walmart has been bribing the Chinese for fucking years. No shit. Let me say it again. They are the red fucking communists. They kill babies. If you have a fucking daughter already and a son and the fucking next one's a daughter, a red Chinese soldier comes with a bayoneted rifle, stabs that baby, and makes fucking wonton fucking soup out of it. Now that's the truth. Yeah. You can take that to the goddamn bank.
My sister has been around the world. She's an international...
We'll be right back! Don't you touch that button.
Right. And,
now, wait a minute. Don't you touch that button, you little prick, because you never know when I mean it when I don't mean it. Did you almost press a button?
Gary's talking to you.
Almost, yeah. You scared me.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm going to be doing, Gary.
Hazing.
That's what I'm going to be doing, Gary. You'll have to... 1 second, Jeff, please. I'm training somebody. You'll have to decide when I really mean we'll be right back.
Now.
And when I don't mean it. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Jeff. Go ahead. I was in a rant, and then I pulled the thing on a guy. Anyway, I'm sorry. Where were we? Oh, yeah. A dead baby on the bayonet of a goddamn red fucking Chinese, and then they make fucking sweet and goddamn sour soup out of it. And when you open a Chinese newborn up, there's a goddamn fortune inside. You rip a Chinese newborn, rip their fucking stomach open. I'm not kidding you. And the next thing you go like this, you go, wait a minute. Oh, man, my lucky numbers are 2, 4, 9, 7, and 18 today. That's right. All right. I'm sorry, Jeff. Go ahead. So these businesses use Groupon. People never went back, and they went bankrupt. Unbelievable.
Yeah, a whole bunch of them. I think they're actually suing the guy that you talked with on the phone. I don't know how long ago that was.
I hope they sue the shit out of him. I hope the worst for these sons of bitches. Bring the business back to the fucking United States, and guess what? All of the economic problems are done. They're finished. That's it. Just bring the fucking... Stop sending it. You make... You make billions of dollars in profit. They make billions of dollars. Okay, so instead of making a $3 billion profit, make a $2.7 billion profit. Bring the work back to the United States. Open up, Apple factories and open up all, make internet stuff. Make the insides of the computers in this fucking country. And so you'll make $400 or $500 million less, but it goes directly into our economy, and it's made in the fucking USA. That's the problem.
They pass the losses on to us as consumers. We'd be paying over $1,000 for an iPhone.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have
all right.
Really.
Okay. All right. Maybe. I don't know.
Keeping I don't the money know. Here at least.
Exactly. That's why. I mean. You could elect all of the Republicans, every fucking one of them. Let them have 5 fucking presidents. You could elect Barack Obama and every fucking Democrat, and you cannot solve the fact that. How about if I was broadcasting from China right now? If there's nothing stopping me from going to China. Do you know how many times, Garrett, I have been asked to go to China to broadcast?
We can't Facebook in China. Don't
4 times. That's right. They go, oh, come China, come help us
they
make
even offered a free egg roll.
Free egg roll. Now look, so I fly to China, I get an apartment, I put my ISDN line in, and I have a woman wiping and cleaning for $4 or $5 a month, and I've got my family there, we've got servants, I look out the window, there's the red Chinese with a baby on a bayonet, and that's how I live, but I'm not going to do that.
You'd be miserable.
Staying right here. I don't think I would be. I would like to be one of the tallest people in the country, and I think I could be that in China. You know,
definitely.
Yeah, I walk outside the United States, and I'm way down the fucking list on the height thing, right? But if you walk out in China, you know, how many 5'8" do they have? They don't have a lot of them, okay? Every now and again, there's a Yao Ming or whatever his fucking name is. But most of them are little short guys. And I am a colonialist. I would walk out with that air of, you know, I'm better than you. You know, I'm better than you. And they would bow to me. I wouldn't bow to them. It's not my culture. Not me. I would never wear the pajamas and the hat and all that shit. I would dress, Garrett, in a New Orleans Saints jersey 24 hours a day. I'd have fucking and I'd have black sweatpants on with, you know, who dat on the side of it. Okay? That's what I would do. All right, Jeff. You know what, Jeff? When you woke up this morning, could you have imagined that you were going to have a kind of a ridiculously but somehow meaningful conversation on international satellite radio? Could you have imagined that?
Yeah, no, I imagined that.
You did him. Oh, fine. Okay, get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of the asshole. Let's go to Matt of Pasadena. Hello, Matt. It's Jay Thomas. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Gary, the intern, is at the controls. We'll be right back. Well, okay. All right, Matt, go ahead.
You know the worst part of that Chinese baby thing?
What?
Half hour later, you want to stab another one.
Okay. All right. That's a good joke. We'll be right back. I mean it this time, asshole. We'll be right back.
Oh,
I mean it.
Jay Thomas, yes.
He's the afternoon guy.
Very perky. Not like the rest of us.
The Jay Thomas Show.
Stars 2. Sirius XM 104.
Sirius XM connects you live to fascinating and iconic people on Sirius XM's Town Hall series in a rare and exclusive intimate setting. He was recently elevated to Cardinal by the Pope. His Eminence, Timothy Cardinal Dolan, was named one of the 100 most influential people in the world by Time magazine. Now he's coming to the Sirius XM studios to speak with you. You could be a part of a very special live Town Hall broadcast. Go to SiriusXM.com for details. The Town Hall with Timothy Cardinal Dolan, coming May 8th to the Catholic Channel, Sirius XM 129.
Dover International Speedway presents Breakfast with the Bagman, Sunday, June 3rd, featuring Mike Bagley, host of The Morning Drive on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, and on-air announcer with MRN Radio. The package includes a breakfast buffet, question and answer session with Mike Bagley, giveaways, an official souvenir program, and race ticket for just $99. And if you already have your ticket, add the package for only $29. For all the details, go to monstermileoffers.com/Bagman.
Boyd Brothers Transportation credits its outstanding driving force for being named one of the nation's top 20 carriers to drive for in 2011 and 2012, and voted the #1 carrier in 2010 by the Truckload Carriers Association. Company drivers and owner-operators at Boyd Brothers are given outstanding opportunities to succeed. Expanded hiring areas are now open, so if you're interested in driving for an award-winning company that truly puts drivers first,
apply at driveforboyd.com
or call 800-543-8923 today.
Stars 2.
Stars 2.
Entertainment, sports, women, comedy.
Middays at 11 a.m. East. Covino and Rich lead you into the Dude Bro lifestyle.
You talk about this with your buddies at the bar.
You'll hear it on the Covino and Rich Show.
Weekdays at 3 p.m. East, Jay Thomas and his wacky friends close the door on convention.
There's no decent broadcasters on this channel. We're all perverts.
And wake up in the mornings with Faction's Jason Ellis.
I laugh at how hilariously stupid it is.
The best lineup is on Stars 2.
Sirius XM 104.
Thomas.
It's the Jay Thomas Show.
Afternoon. The Jay Thomas Show.
Are you kidding? We were the hot new thing.
Stars 2.
Sirius XM 104.
As we proceed to give you what you need. Get live, motherfucker. As we proceed to give you what you need.
Now turn the mics up. Turn that mic up. Yeah, the beat is knocking. Leave that mic up though. Turn that shit the fuck up. What? Turn it louder.
You're up.
What do you mean I'm up? I wasn't even in the fucking studio. Yeah, but you know what? That doesn't mean anything if I'm not in the room. So you say 10. What am I supposed to do? Piss on myself to get back to the bath? No. You keep playing the music because you picked some stupid piece of shit that no one wants to hear. Don't blame it on me. Pick a piece of music that if I'm not here on time, at least it'll be enjoyed. Turn this piece of shit up. Turn it up.
Call the cops, said they heard mad shot. Saw me in the drop, 3 1/4, slaughter, electrical tape around the door.
Excuse me, but beside gang members, who do you think would be interested in this? Okay? What listener of ours might be interested in this fucking piece of shit?
I don't know.
Yeah, try and pick music that either is melodic or perhaps, some normal portion of the American population would enjoy. All right? We're not we're not Shade fucking 45, okay?
All right.
Okay? So try and pick a fucking tune, and none of your pals are fucking listening, okay?
They are.
Cut that piece of shit off. Fucking unbelievable.
Garrett was making fun of the last song I picked, so.
Who picked that song just now?
Wow, pass the buck. He learned that one real quick.
Wait a minute. Under the bus.
No.
He was anybody else in this building.
He was making fun of the last song that I chose. Because it was the first thing I saw on there.
Rule number one, you never throw us under the bus.
What did you
while
choose?
You're driving.
It was some stupid Lady Gaga song.
How dare you?
Hold on one second.
Stupid?
That isn't stupid. Garrett, did you pick the fucking rap song?
No. He was scrolling for about half an hour looking for his favorite song.
Right. And
picked out Bad Romance
playlist.
Yeah.
That's your favorite song.
And I made fun of him, and then he tried to man it up.
Who are you, George Zimmerman? Here you are. You're this big, tall, white guy whose last name is Sanchez.
I've still
Whoa, watch out.
I didn't realize that we were in trouble here.
You're not here to play your favorite song or my favorite song. You're here to play
Who dropped
music
the bomb on me?
In and out. That's a good one. That's a good one. You're here to play music that would, when someone's driving or working or whatever, they would go, well, the guy that I'm tuning in for is not there talking, but I'm enjoying this song. See? What you just played is not music. It's the ramblings of some sort of abused, underprivileged hoodie wearer, okay?
Oh,
man.
Yeah. And it only is interesting to a very small group of individuals, or to me when I'm loaded. That's it. When I'm loaded, there's not enough fucking rap on the radio, and I don't know why that is. And I'm playing it so loud that when I pull into the driveway, you hear like this, "Hey, you motherfucker! Hey, motherfucker! Hey!" My wife comes out going, "My God, I thought you were being mugged," I got, and stoners love my electric blue VW. I'll be pulling it into like
is it sparkly or something?
No, it's a special blue color. It's a color that, and they'll go, "Oh man, I totally love your car." And the 3 people with them will go, "You do?" All right. Now, Matthew of Massachusetts. Yes, Matthew, it's Jay Thomas. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, I used to do comedy in New England in the 90s, and I used to work with Patrice O'Neill.
Yes.
And I was only like an hour from Boston. I never realized how racist it was until it was before.
Are you really going to tell a Patrice O'Neill racist story? Really?
Well, yeah, because we were in. I picked him up in Roxbury, where he lived.
Yeah.
And then we both realized we had no idea where we were going, so we had to pull over to a payphone because this is like 94 or something. And he's calling for directions because I'm in a wheelchair, so he hops out. He's at the phone.
You're a wheelchair comedian?
Yeah, this is before they were, before there was a fucking million of them. I love Josh Blue, but he really spawned a million fucking horrible cripple comics. Oh, my God, do they suck.
You mean he's literally ruined your crippled comic act?
Well, as far as it being at all anything good, but even when I started in '93, there was already quite a few crippled comics who Not all of them sucked, but I would say like 90% of them sucked.
But you know what? You would just be talking with the microphone, being crippled. I guess you could make jokes about it, but even your demeanor here on the telephone, I would, no matter what you were saying, I would be interested. You know, hopefully it'd be funny or interesting. But you would, for me, you wouldn't even mention you're crippled until maybe the middle of your act. You know.
Well, the thing
that's
is,
the way you'd have to go.
They got to lift your ass on stage.
Oh.
Which can be a hell of a visual. Plus, they're used to... Audiences even then were so used to seeing bad crippled comics that when I get on stage, I would pretend to be deaf. And then when I told them that I was just crippled, they'd be like so relieved because they had seen so many horrible crippled comics. And by the way, I think Josh is fantastic, by the way.
Well, let me tell you what I really think is a great bit. And I would do it if I was just starting out. And no one knew who I was. I would come out in a wheelchair, and I would do a whole set of wheelchair stuff and the whole thing, and then at the end, I'd stand up. I mean, and I think you could probably pull that. I know, but I think you could pull that, you know, in comedy clubs all over the country for quite a while. I think it'd be unbelievable.
I had a friend actually borrow my wheelchair. I sat in a chair in the green room, and he did exactly that. And I've never seen such venom and hatred come from an audience when he stood up.
Really?
Oh, yeah. His name was Sean Murphy. I think he's in Chicago now.
So now tell us about your racism story. You're in a wheelchair. You're with the poor, unfortunate, dead African-American comedian, Patrice O'Neal. And tell us your horrifying Boston racist story.
Well, anyway, like I said, we both had no idea. We both realized we had no idea where we were going, so we had to pull over to call the booker. And he gets out, and, you know, he's like a 300-pound black guy just sitting on a payphone. And a station wagon goes by with like 6 white kids in it, you know, teenagers. And they all simultaneously yell, "Hey, nigger." The weird part of the story...
What town were you in when they yelled at this?
We were in West Roxbury, right next to Roxbury. Roxbury is almost all black. West Roxbury is almost all white.
And it's like the Dominican Republic and Costa Rica, right?
Haiti.
Haiti and the Dominican Republic, right? And there's that bamboo curtain that separates it. Right?
Well, the thing that really bummed me out was not so much that those guys said it, although that shocked me. Mm-hmm. It was Patrice's reaction, like, he kind of just shrugged it off like it happens every other day.
Well, yes, it does. Oh, you're shocked by that?
Yeah, I was from Rhode Island. Rhode Island's not.
Oh yeah, that's a great state. Are you kidding? I know people from Rhode Island. They're like they were like they're mad that they weren't allowed to live in Massachusetts.
Well,
that's the truth. Years ago, the Rhode Islanders, even during the time when our nation was starting, and in our early colonial America, Rhode Islanders were shit on. You know that. I'm not joking.
Well, yeah, that's why they started the state.
Yeah, aren't the Farrelly brothers from there? They're always making fun of, how Rhode Island is shit on. That's right. Right.
We are little.
Now, what are you doing now? You're in the wheelchair. You sound like you ought to be up and doing something or, writing a book or something. What are your plans now?
I haven't done shit for 10 years, Jay.
Why?
To be honest with you, I locked horns with a lot of people in the industry when they were trying to, like, for instance, the guy, he died a few years ago, but the guy supposedly discovered, like, Jerry Seinfeld and Chris Rock and Eddie Murphy. That guy had an
The manager of the comic strip. That guy?
Yes, Lucian Hold.
Right. He managed. And by the way, when I was starting as a stand-up, if you were really doing well, you didn't play the comic strip. Isn't that funny?
That is weird.
Yeah, because the comic strip was like the lower level comic place. Christina, I used to go in there and make fun of Jerry Seinfeld because he emceed every night. Yeah, the Groupon guy, Jerry Seinfeld. There's a list. There's a list of people. And now, of course, I'm back in the wheelchair. I'm back in the angry wheelchair guy now. Okay. So now, 10 years you've done nothing. Meanwhile, we've had people on with no legs, no arms. When the guy with no arms, he throws a baseball at every stadium. And you, intelligent, just in a wheelchair, why have you decided to sit life out for 10 years?
Well, I was just going to tell you the Lucian Hold story as an example of why I dropped out. This actually happened to be at the very beginning, like 93. I'm doing the comic strip, had no idea how big a deal it was. He's calling me back week after week. Things are going really great. We end up at dinner. This is probably about 8 weeks into this. And I happen to have a buddy of mine with me who's in a wheelchair also. And everybody's getting drunk. It's probably about 6 or 7 people. Everybody's drinking. And I say to my buddy, cripple. And I see out of the corner of my eye that Lucian Hold is like making this like I just smelled shit look on his face. And that went up my Irish ass so far that I fit the word cripple about 40 more times in about 20 more minutes of dinner conversation.
How did you become crippled?
I had a fall in '86. I fell out of a window and broke my back.
Were you drunk?
After Bill Buckner dropped the ball?
Were you loaded?
No, I was stone cold.
You were sober. You were sober.
Yeah, it was just stupid. If I had been loaded, I think I probably would have avoided it.
So you're not really angry at the manager guy. You're angry at the whole fucking deal, right? Life, period.
Well, I did one time. I was in a fight with somebody or something, and a buddy of mine. This is at a comedy festival, and a guy looked over and said, "God damn, he seems bitter. Is it because he's crippled?" He goes, "No, he's a comic."
Well, yes, that's right. And then when you become a comic, all right. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you right now. Stop it, okay?
Can we get a joke out of him?
No, he doesn't tell jokes. I can tell. You just
I'm
talk.
Aziz Ansari.
Yeah, no, but
that was a good one.
Well, I'm glad you listened to this show, and I want you to stop living the life you're living, and I want you to move forward. Okay? I want you to
go back to the clubs, Jay.
No, I don't. You know what? So it didn't make you happy. Be something else. You're already sitting down. Write something. Do something else. But don't be the bitter. Who gives a fuck about the guy from the comedy club? I mean, if you were on two fucking legs, you still may not have made it. How many guys really made it out of any of these places? Come on. There are all these comics. I go to these festivals. And they've been letting me go around. The Raw Dog guys have been taping people and they run them, I went one night. It was the festival in San Luis Obispo. There's now one in Austin. There were like 600 comics in town for the festival. 600.
Oh, there's a million of them now.
That's what but there always were. There always were a bunch of them. I mean, it's a weird life. It's like winning the lottery.
You should,
I used to work with Dane Cook all the time, and Bill Burr and Patrice, and as these guys all progressed, and eventually I just kind of dropped out. It is kind of weird to watch how everything kind of went.
Yeah, well, that's that fucking bitterness. Get over it, all right? By the way, if you're successful in anything else, even if it's something small in your community, it feels just like being big-time successful. Trust me. Get
the Clint Hill book. He was a Secret Service agent for Jackie O.
You're running out of air again? All right.
And when he was on the car,
I'm sorry. What now? What happened to him?
He was on the car when JFK got shot. He was the only one to actually see it.
Yes.
And after this, he spent 20 years in his basement just drinking and smoking cigarettes because he was so depressed. And he finally came out of it, and he got his life back.
Hey, the wife got brains all over her pretty dress, and she snapped out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love when they say that Jackie Kennedy was trying to get help for Jack. Really? When a bullet goes through the person's head that's next to you, the last fucking thing you're thinking is, I better get somebody some help. You're thinking, get me the fuck out of here.
She was thinking, let me grab the brains off the back of the car.
Yeah,
oh, that's
right.
such bullshit.
And then,
that is bullshit.
And then the Secret Service agent, what's his name? Clint
Hill.
Clint Hill, who I met, and I've started reading his book.
See?
He dove on top of her. That was the first, because he was her Secret Service agent assigned to her.
Let's keep Matthew on the phone. Do you know how to do this, to put two people on at one time, Gary?
We'll see.
All right, Cheryl, you're from San Diego. Matt from Massachusetts is on the phone, the bitter, crippled comedian who's some meaningless person treated him badly or whatever. And so he spent the last decade saying, what if, from a crouched position. Cheryl of San Diego, go ahead.
Hi, Jay. How have you been?
What difference does it make how I've been? What difference does it
well,
make?
because I care about you, and the
Well,
last time I was on the line and on the radio with you, you kind of came on to me. But we'll get to that in a minute. What's this man's name that's bitter?
It's Matthew Bitter Comic.
And what's this bag of laughs name?
Okay. Hey, Matthew.
Yeah.
I'm a hot piece of ass before you get down. You're already assuming I'm a what?
I called you a bag of laughs. That's not so bad.
No, bag of laughs. He called you, meaning he meant you're a
funny
a laugh.
girl.
Yeah, better than calling you like your
bag
stomach
of
looks like a. No. My best line was her stomach looked like a bag of elbows. That's my best line. Cheryl, so you'd like to make love to Matthew in his wheelchair?
No.
Oh.
I want to know if his pecker works.
Like a charm.
Like a charm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You ever had those Lucky Charms? That little.
Not so Lucky Charms.
Now, Cheryl, we always assume that when someone calls like you're a hot babe and all that in reality you're living in kind of a fantasy world, which is okay. It's fine. That's what we're all here for. And that you are probably not a hot babe and nothing that any of us would want to really be with. I mean, that's the unfortunate part. You may be gorgeous for all we know.
Okay, but you know what, Jay? You also assume I'm not in a wheelchair, and that's what you did the first time I called. But I am in a wheelchair.
Wait a minute. You're in a wheelchair, and I said, hold it a second. Let me.
And you go right for impotence? Jesus
Christ! Wait a second now. Wait, Matthew, why don't you get in a plane and fly out to San Diego, and Cheryl can show you all of the access ramps in San Diego. You'll go to all of the places. And if you don't have an access ramp, you too can pick it.
Sounds like a movie to me.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So Cheryl,
you guys can go parking.
Why don't you and Matthew get together? Matthew, do you have a woman in your life right now?
Yeah, actually, I've been with the same woman since '93.
She must be miserable. Excuse me. She must be fucking miserable, and I'm not joking.
She is, actually.
Yeah, you, because I can tell you're a miserable fucking cripple. Okay, and. Now, who's that laughing? Who's laughing?
Open the bag.
It's a real bag.
Hold it, Cheryl. Is that your laugh? Honey?
I want to say something.
Wait, everybody be quiet. Hey, Cheryl, let me hear that laugh again. That's a great laugh.
Well, you have to make me laugh first.
Really? I'd like to climb into that chair and give it to you good, girl. All right, there it is. No. Now, Cheryl, so you're a fine piece of ass, but you're in a wheelchair. Does your vagina work?
But, I mean, I'm talking about his equipment because I wanted to find out if his confidence in staying out of the world for 10 years had anything to do with that. I've determined it doesn't, and he has a very patient woman that's kept him around for 10 years, and he's not doing anything. Yeah. Oops. I don't want him.
Matthew, is the woman, has she ever been satisfied, you, the woman that you're with?
Who would know, really?
No.
My bitterness has to do with...
You know what? I do my show standing up. You make me want to sit down.
My bitterness has really nothing to do with...
You make me want to make an S-curve, okay?
Letterman's guy, I saw Letterman's guy a few years ago, and he all but called me a self-hating Uncle Tom cripple. That's why I'm bitter, not because I'm in a wheelchair.
Okay, you've got to stay away from the comic world. It hasn't been good for you, okay?
Well, the comic
You know
world
what I'm thinking for you? You know what I'm thinking for you?
What's
hardware industry. Because you come into the hardware, and there you are. You're in the wheelchair. And you go, what can I do for you? And people would go, you have a 3/4 inch, absolutely. And you zip to the back, and you tell your joke. You need to open a store of some sort and become a people person that way. Become successful because people like you as a.
I hate people.
I'm sure you do. You've got to stop it.
I called to encourage him.
Now, Cheryl, how did you lose the use of your legs?
It was a car accident in 1983.
Wow.
Whose fault?
And whose fault was it?
An epileptic driver.
You were driving with an epileptic. The epileptic. Whose laugh is
I was in the car with her.
Is that Matthew? Fucking Matthew. Matthew's got the hyena laugh, I think.
Oh, shit.
Hey, listen, Matthew, you're not related to Jane Goodall, are you?
No. I've been observed, but no.
All right. Every now and again, I say something for the semi-intelligent out there, just every now and again. The rest of you look it up. So now, Cheryl, did that person live through the crash?
Yes, there were 5 people injured. 4 of us survived. One of us, me, namely, ended up in a wheelchair for life.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And are you still friendly with the epileptic?
You know, I lost track of her, but I have been, I want to say to Matthew, earning a paycheck for the last 28 years. I've earned a college degree. I've been married for 26. I didn't call to pick up on him. I'm just curious. What you're doing is you're calling a fellow a chair roller?
occupant. Yeah, a fellow roller.
You can call him a gimp.
No, you're not a gimp because you can't even walk. You'd have to actually be able to get out of the chair to be a gimp. Yeah, you're on gimp-like. Can I be honest? And I'm also frightened now that when I drive to anywhere this weekend, I may crash and lose use of my legs because of this interview. So I'm going to make it better for myself grammatically now. Cheryl, you're actually calling to lift Matthew's spirits.
If he's a bitter old son of a bitch and he's got a life to live, absolutely. I can't have his sour ass out there making us all look bad.
I'm not out there making us look bad. I don't think anybody actually does see me. I'm a bit of a shut-in, as Jay.
All right, you know what? You got to stop the life you're living, okay, asshole? You got to stop it, okay? Just stop.
Has Cheryl ever eaten her cock in front of 900 people on New Year's? I don't think so.
No, but how much are you willing to pay me?
Funny.
Well, it sounds like Shuli's writing for you now. All right. All right, well, look, Cheryl, thanks for calling and trying to lift Matthew's spirits and making me want to be in a wheelchair. Thank you very much.
Well, no, you don't want that. But who wanted me to do what to whose cock?
Okay, now, Cheryl, I thought you were married for 26 years.
Yeah, it doesn't make me less cock curious. I can be cock curious.
Well, what's great about you in the wheelchair, if I met you and I was pushing you around, as soon as we were alone, you're already at, waist level. Yeah. Now, I would feel badly, though, because I would want to satisfy you, and because you're already in the position, could I manipulate your clitoris with an antique vibrator and make you come?
Yes, and then I would be cock curious and see what you could do with the rest of your package. I'm not broken.
I have a question for Cheryl.
Sure, Matthew, go ahead.
Yes.
Are you with the same guy that you were with before you got hurt?
Kind of, sort of. We met before I was injured, and then ended up being a couple and ended up being married. And
did he feel sorry for you? Is that why he married you?
Yes, he felt so sorry for me. He's a quadriplegic.
Man.
No, he's not.
You're with a guy, two guys in wheelchairs who suck shoulders?
Wait a fucking second. Wait 1 second. You've got to be lying. You were already dating a quadriplegic when you became a paraplegic?
Well, that's a different part of the story. And, Jay, I would never lie to you. I would never lie to you.
Was he a quadriplegic before your accident?
Yes.
Holy shit.
I wasn't dating him. I met him before he was injured and met him again after I was injured, and then we started dating just to get the order.
And I'm sure after your accident, no matter how much time had passed, he was exactly where you saw him before, right? Matthew didn't really move around much. It was just so you went back and said, okay, now that I'm in a wheelchair, you and I can get together. Oh my God. And did he talk into that kind of what is that straw thing that they can blow into and make noise?
He is not a sit and puff is what you're asking. We call those a sit and puff.
Now hold on a second. If we get another phone call, we were going to try and put 3 people on, Garrett. Well, Cheryl, this is unbelievable. Matthew, do you feel any better at all? Is what I've been.
Not even a little. But
you know what? Then thank you. And I'll tell you something right now. I didn't expect you to feel better.
You'd be disappointed if I did.
I would be disappointed if you felt better. I would also be disappointed if you weren't torturing some poor woman who I know had all sorts of family issues before meeting you since 1993. You need a change after this phone goes dead. You need to make a major change in your life, Matthew. And Cheryl, I want you to be more bitter after this phone call.
And she's entirely too perky.
You're too perky for a person in a wheelchair.
She makes us look bad.
By the way, Matthew, can you imagine the bitterness that would come out of me if I were in a wheelchair? Are you kidding?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my
You'd be
God.
the worst cripple ever.
Oh, my God. And people would call me and I'd go, I had no idea what God had planned for me. You know? Wow. Matthew from Massachusetts and Cheryl of San Diego. I wish we had the home version of the Jay Thomas Show. We don't. But thank you very much. But please, Garrett, let's take away this applause for Matthew and for Cheryl. Wow. Unbelievable.
I like to
something Cheryl's husband can't do that we can here on the Jay Thomas Show. Yes? What is it?
I like to refer to him as handy capable. It's more positive spin.
Handy capable. Mm-hmm. All right. And it sounds like Cheryl, by the way, is also eye level with the vodka bottle. That's what I would be. I couldn't. You know what? Somebody said, "Is she drunk?" I don't think she was drunk. No, she was fine. She was fine. But it's time now for you make the call on the Jay Thomas Show. We haven't done this in a while. You make the call. Call us at 888-4-102-102. Any of us will answer any question as long as it's not about certain things we can't talk about. Stay where you are. I say stay where you are.
Thomas.
Turn it up.
Jay Thomas Show.
What's the matter with you?
Man, I'll run this mother the way I want to.
The Jay Thomas Show. Afternoons.
Stars 2. Sirius XM 104.
Thomas Show.
You have to humiliate for what?
It's fun.
It's the Jay Thomas Show.
Afternoons.
Stars 2. Sirius XM 104.
She had a one-night stand with President Bill Clinton when he was the governor of Arkansas. I don't remember her in all of these scandals. Do you remember that?
What's her name?
Elizabeth Ward Grayson, former Miss America.
No.
In 1998. Now Clinton was deep into his presidency by then, right?
Yeah, he was last 92
couple of years.
to 2000, right?
Yeah. Man, they were coming out of the fucking woodwork on this guy, right? You can see now how she won the Miss Congeniality Award. You can see that. Why? You know what? It really ruins your reputation. So why tell? That's the weirdest thing. Like Monica Lewinsky, she really is, and this is sad to say, she's just this, and she's not old. I mean, she's barely 35, right? She's just this big, fat girl that people look at, and you cannot see her without looking at her mouth. She has these huge red lips.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I've seen her on. There's a street in L.A. I think her parents live near there. It's Larchmont. It was named for the area of New York, right? Larchmont, and it's an avenue, and they have these great houses of a place called Hancock Park. Hancock Park. That's where she was raised. Okay. Hello. So I see her walking down the street, and a friend of mine's wife says, "Oh, my God, that's Monica Lewinsky." And sure enough, it was. Her ass, she looks like a smart car. Her ass looks like a fucking smart car. And her giant lips. And I want to tell you something. That's all you can look at is her mouth. Because Clinton would tell people what incredible head she gave. That's what he would do to brag to his pals. Unreal. Why do they do that? And I would say, if I had a daughter, don't say a fucking word. Say it never happened. It's all bullshit. Whatever. That woman was crazy. Also, in 1986, Arnold Schwarzenegger married Maria Shriver.
Aww.
That was a big deal. Big deal. Because he's always was considered, he's from Austria, right wing. You know, His dad was in the SS. And did you know they had to redub his I do later?
No.
Go back in and redub it. Yeah.
Bob.
You don't remember that about Conan the Barbarian?
No.
They took his whole voice out of it, and I think somebody weird like Stacy Keach was his voice. I swear to God.
I didn't even know he said anything in Conan.
One of his first movies, they completely redubbed. One of his first movies. And who's that Southern actress who does the ads now? She does all the ads for Lancome or whatever. She's been in 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Zellweger?
No. She's more of a model. She's a pretty decent actress. The first movie, she did a movie, one of the Tarzan movies, and she was from supposedly England or whatever, but she wasn't really an actress, and they had to redub.
Andy McDowell?
Andy McDowell.
Yeah.
They redubbed every line she said in the movie, whatever it was, Tarzan. I don't know what it was. Greystoke, I think. Can you imagine? They hire a woman with a Southern accent who can't act, and they put her in a movie about an English guy that becomes, a fucking werewolf, whatever it was. Tarzan. Greystoke. Yeah. Crazy. Weird. I mean, you look at that and you think, and I actually kind of enjoy her as an actress, but you think she had to be fucking somebody. It just makes you think that. Why would you do that? It's time for you make the call. Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop. Don't you have the regular sound and have to do that with your mouth?
That is the sound.
Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop. No, that's not it. Let's go to Jay of Atlanta. It's the Jay Thomas Show. Christina's listening. Gary, the intern, is there running the equipment. There's Garrett. You make the call. Whatever. We'll try and answer whatever question you might have. Go ahead, Jay of Atlanta.
Well, Jay, I didn't have much of a question, but I was going to say I do a little comedy here and there, and I'm from the South, and I do some of my biggest shows in Boston, if you believe it.
And is it the most racist town you've ever been to?
I've never seen as much as I learned more than I ever thought I knew.
So what you do is you come from what people would think is racist. Unfortunately, Atlanta has a much greater black population than white, which means the blacks are racist against the whites, if you're calling that a racist city. And you go to Boston, and they teach you how to be a racist for when you get back to Atlanta.
That's right, and they love to hear about the stories. I got to make most of them up, but they enjoy them, and they take the action so they believe it.
You have to make up stories about the Confederate flag and the Ku Klux Klan and all that kind of stuff. Well,
they love it. Eat it up, Jeff.
Well, thank you very much, Jay of Atlanta. We've had no one that defended Boston today, Garrett.
See?
No one.
You doubted me, but...
Let's go to Gerald of Detroit. Yes, Gerald, it's Jay Thomas. It's time for you to make the call. Go ahead.
Hey, Jay, it's kind of weird that this is really the easiest show to get on.
Mm-hmm.
But my question was, has Christina ever dated a black man, or has she ever thought about it?
Mm-hmm. Christina, go ahead.
I have never dated a black man, but I've never been asked out by a black man.
Racist.
With that ass of yours?
I've never been.
Did I say something wrong?
I've never been asked out by. I'm serious. I live with a black man.
Hey, Gerald, I had a girlfriend. In college.
I hate to interrupt.
And I'm going to tell you right now, she had a fabulous ass wherever we went.
Yeah, I get compliments on my ass all the time, but nobody wants to date it.
All right. So, Gerald, that's the answer.
I'll date it.
Just the yes. Just the whole.
So that's the answer, Gerald. Yeah, never been asked. All right, thank you very much. Let's go to Stephen of South Carolina. Yes, Stephen, it's Jay Thomas. Go ahead, Stephen of South Carolina.
Do I get bitter and angry when I see big, obese, lard-ass people that look seemingly healthy except for their weight, and here I am, an athletic guy, and I blow out my knee?
Well, you're seeing fat people. You're seeing fat people, and you are in terrific shape, and your knee gets blown from doing some exercise, and so you're angry. You're angry at the overweight.
Yeah, because their knees are great, except they're humongously obese.
Well,
I think it's like an.
I don't think their knees are good. I think their knees are bad, and that's why they walk so slowly.
Just tell me they're going to drop dead of a heart attack or something. Make me feel better.
They will.
Their knees are used to the weight.
They hate themselves inside, yes.
Yes.
Now, here's the worst part of it. There was a great runner. You're a runner, I guess, besides being a hockey player.
I hate running.
Okay, his name was Jim Fix.
To me.
This guy.
Jim Fix, Fixx. And his dad had dropped dead of a heart attack in his 40s. So Jim Fix decides he never wants to die of a heart attack. And he was a big mover with the New York Marathon, Garrett. And he did he run in the Olympics or he was just... And do you know that at 50 years old he dropped dead of a heart attack while he was running? Yeah. Jim Fix. So Stephen, why do fat people have great knees? I think they have terrible knees. I think the weight that's on those knees, and of course, you at least, you're going to recover. But they're never going to recover, Stephen. Think about it that way.
Wow. Are you a psychiatrist, too?
I'm very close to psychiatrist. I am.
Yeah.
Very
Keep
close.
it positive. Otherwise, you're probably going to...
All right, thank you, Stephen of South Carolina.
Thank you.
Let's go to Jim of Boston. Boston has taken a horrible racial beating today after the black player from what team?
Ward from the Capitals.
From the Capitals beat them the other night, and then this horrible thing. Jim, are you here to somehow say something good about your town?
We're certainly not the most racist city in the country. I think that where do you get that kind of information? You just talk out of your ass?
No,
I said
it. He said it, and then every caller after that said it. I was hoping you would call.
You were hoping I would call and defend. I mean,
defend it. Yes, defend it.
Give me a more racist city.
What have you done for black people, Jim from Boston, that would stop all this?
What have I done for black people to stop all of this?
What have you done to change the image of Boston? Yes, what have you done? Go ahead.
I don't owe anybody any extra. I mean,
yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. Oh my God.
On the wall.
Oh my God. I've done everything I can to get something good out of people. Go ahead, Jim.
You're out of your mind. I mean, some stupid people say stupid things, so you paint the entire town of Boston with this brush so-called racist. We're all racist because some idiot said something stupid.
Excuse me, Jim. I painted it with a black brush. Giant black brush.